Yo, what's going on, everybody? Xanthos Vice here. We are back to continue with more of the Exit story on Bashing Grey Raven. Hope you guys have a great day so far. But yeah, basically, we just started the new, or not the new one, but I finally moved on to the extra chapter in the game after spending so long on Polaris Bond. And again, it kind of puts us in like a moral quandary kind of situation, because again, it's like, what is the right decision? Because it's like, you are kind of helping save a bunch of people, but it's not like you're gonna look after them and be responsible for them afterwards. So it does bring up the whole question is like, who really needs saving? What's considered the right answer? And what could be considered immoral in this? Because again, it's like, it's a very unique kind of scenario. And that's what I kind of like here. It's like, this game has been pushing a lot of the kind of questions that you would consider when viewing other pieces of fiction regarding like the apocalypse or the end of the world and that kind of stuff, as to like, which side would you take, both realistically and hopefully, depending on the situation. It's like, could you live with yourself the next day after going through that? So yeah, we're gonna continue with more of this. I'm hoping I can finish, but then again, it shows like only 29% here. I don't know if it's just that it's just this long, or if there's just so much in the hidden. I hope it's the other way around, because otherwise I'm gonna be like, fuck me, man. It's gonna take fucking forever if I'm only like 20-something% here. Because the next one's just 5, so I would kind of have to assume that's what it is. So maybe I won't finish this today, but we'll see how far we can get. But yeah, last we left off, myself and Wanji had both gone to look for the boy who had been separated from the rest of the group after the attack by the hetero creatures. And again, still bringing up the question, why do we need to keep the stuff regarding the hetero creature and the red tide a secret? Again, the only thing I could possibly think of as to a rational reason for it would be the fact that it could cause mass chaos, that the fact that they have to deal with 2 very difficult scenarios rather than just the one. Before Ray began to understand the world around him, he had already forgotten his mother's face. From very early on, he was raised by his father and grandma. His grandma has always lived in the shadow of hatred. She says that the punishing virus has taken everything from her. How did it exactly? Ever since he was born into this world and opened his eyes for the first time, not know. The world was already like this. But everyone always tells him that the world should not be like this. The machines should not attack humans. That those towering buildings used to be our homes. Mankind has spread to every corner of the earth, conquered the highest mountain, and reached the deepest trench. We were just shy of leaving this planet and spreading our footprints across the cosmos. We should not be like rats subsisting in the dark corners of an apocalyptic world. However, he had never seen that bygone era. The remains in his hands are the vestiges of the past. Perhaps not even that. Should he be filled with hate? Toward whom? People do not blame landslides, earthquakes, tsunamis, and the cruelty of nature. Something has become a part of this world is no different from natural disasters. The Banshee virus is no different. Ray has only seen this world, so he has naturally accepted all of its cruelty. Deep within his memory, he sees the blurry image of a woman hugging him and humming an unknown song. A lullaby. At least that's what the people of the Golden Age called it. The lyrics have been lost to time. All that remains is the melody. It's like a gentle stream of warm and tender feelings. It's the last sound left by his mother. Only from that lullaby could they feel the last bit of warmth from their past. Right. Heard a familiar voice, the boy hurries in the direction of the tide. The sound of wings is close at hand, as if within reach. Before the boy can get close to the river, a magnificent and loud sound makes his father's whispers, or masks it. A slender female shadow looms above the red tide. He stops in his tracks. Hearing the words contained within the song, the boy bursts into tears. Lee, you're back. Where's the commandant? Gone? What do you mean, gone? Where did Commander go? To search for the source of the red tide with the Strike Hawk. I can't let the Commander go alone. But as she prepares to leave, only to be stopped by Lee. That won't be necessary. The Commander isn't alone. The Strike Hawk is there too. Won't she? That makes me feel a little better, but if it's just the two of them. Lee, can you explain? The Commander couldn't just leave without a reason. I want to know why. Lucia, Liv, the Commander orders us to wait here. Why? Aren't the Grey Ravens a team? And with the Commander's current state? The fact that Grey Ravens will always be a team is precisely why we are staying. Lucia, you were confused once too. I'm sure you trust the Commander's intuition. Because there are things that only we can do here. Because everyone else is here. Exactly. If we went with the Commandant, we wouldn't be able to help if disaster strikes. Rather than be gathering everyone together, protecting them, or buying enough time for the Commandant. You worried? You afraid of being court-martialed with the Commandant? No, of course not. I'm just worried about the Commandant's safety. But I trust the Commandant's judgment. Same here. Let's use this time to do what the Commandant wants us to do. Chief Commander Hans. You're Grey Raven. Correct. I'm the Grey Raven's technical support construct. If you have any issues, speak with your Commandant instead of reporting directly to me. I hope the Grey Raven Commandant taught you all proper chain of command. I know the proper chain of command, but special circumstances have left our commander indisposed. Indisposed? What do you mean? The commander has already left. Come again? The commander has already left to find a child named Ray. When did the commandant leave? Not too long ago. I disassembled the functional part of our pit domain node and gave it to the commander to be deployed. If I understand you correctly, the Grey Raven Commander is blatantly violating my orders, and you are an accessory to the Commandant's disobedience? I don't think seeking a solution to our current predicament is in violation of your orders, sir. As far as I'm concerned, you only came to tell me that you're going to be court-martialed together. Nope. Chief Commander, we came here hoping that you would reconsider the strike plan in favor of the precision strike that would wipe out the red tide and protect the refugees without the need to relocate them. If you have such a plan, I'm all ears. Not yet, but I specialize in problem solving. Chief Commander, please allow me to... If that's the case, then quit wasting my time. You disappoint me. I was already perfectly clear with your Commandant. Either they leave or die. There is no third option. Your only mission is to evacuate the refugees before Babylonia activates the longest arsenal. Unfortunately, your efforts have yet to yield results. Two more constructs. Are you playing games with me, Grey Raven? Chief Commander, I beg you to listen to what the refugees have to say. They've already been loud and clear. They refuse to leave and want to wait death. No, that's not it, sir. They're just sad, angry, helpless, and desperate. Chief Commander, please pardon my audacity, but have you ever been betrayed? As a soldier, I'm sure you vehemently oppose betrayal. No honest man tolerates betrayal. What would you think if you and your comrades were surrounded on the battlefield and the commander ruled that sacrificing your troops was beneficial to the war effort? I would not call it a betrayal. If sacrificing myself would lead to victory, I'd gladly die on the battlefield. Exactly. Every soldier in Babylonia is willing to sacrifice their life for a distant victory. That is how we are educated. That's why we understand that this is what we were born to do as soldiers. But what about civilians? Not everyone can or must understand the meaning of distant victory, nor would they be willing to sacrifice their will to achieve it. Do we not stand here to protect the free will of the people? In the situation I just described, if your troops are protecting a group of people, and the commander orders them to be abandoned, what would you do? Would you abandon them and allow the enemy to kill the civilians you were protecting? Or would you order your troops to fight to the death? Soldiers must protect civilians. However, if they can fight to protect them and choose not to, that is betrayal.
Quit trying to strawman me.
The World Government Disaster Relief and Emergency Assistance Act should only apply to civilians of the world government. In doing so, you regard them as comrades, do you not? Chief Commander, take a look. These are the people under your protection. They are parents, spouses, children, and siblings. They have done nothing wrong. But they've been met with disaster. They have only one small wish, which is to protect their home until the very end. The commander went to find the child out of sympathy for the child's crying grandmother. She can be saved just by reaching out with a helping hand.
Enough. Give it a rest. You've already wasted enough of my time as is. This isn't the first time I've been in this situation. I've witnessed countless people during the Great Evacuation beyond my saving. At that time, the horizon was painted red by countless who perished. The only chance of survival was up. The laws of war are complex yet simple. All factors can be quantified into the addition and subtraction of effective strength. The first party to have their effective strength reduced to 0 will be declared the loser. We can think about feelings, but war will not, and neither will the punishing virus. In our war against the virus, the only thing we can do is try our best to preserve our effective strength. Some people call us hypocrites, but only those who survive are qualified to criticize hypocrisy. You see someone crying for their children in front of you, but if you don't stop the red tide from entering the ocean, millions more will cry for their children. Are you capable of protecting each and every one of them? Do you have the ability to save everyone every time you encounter a difficult choice? This is the first time you've been faced with such a choice, isn't it? This won't be the last time, I guarantee you that. Despite being barricaded outside by the constructs guarding Hans, it remains persistent. This is cruelty! Chief Commander Hans, please reconsider. Not for glory or for faith. These meaningless deaths are unreasonable and avoidable. Chief Commander, we are soldiers. We stand on this land in order to protect our comrades. Whether that be the people of Babylonia or the people on Earth, or comrades. Once again, I got a phone call.
Sorry about that. The call took a bit longer than I expected. We shouldn't turn our weapons on those who we should be protecting.
Chief Commander, did you hear what I said? Did you say something? We received a transmission from Team 7. They deployed their bit domain node. We deployed our node. The Red Tide's tributary is still some distance away from us. We can't guarantee that the Red Tide won't flood the area within Babylonia's next orbital cycle. Now is the optimal time for activating the node. Do you want me to authenticate and activate the bit domain nodes now? Chief Commander? Now just... Why didn't you come sooner? That moment, lips gets choked up by an overwhelming sense of guilt and empathy. Why didn't we come sooner? We just came here earlier. Just a little bit earlier. If only I'd come here sooner. If only I was a bit stronger. If only I could bear some of their agony. I've been able to prevent this from happening. But how much earlier? A few days? Weeks? Years? Before the Acadia evacuation? Before the ensuing collapse and chaos of society? No one has an answer to this question. No one can answer this question. A few hours ago. Babylonia, come in. Who shall I connect you to, Commander Hans? Connect me to President Hassan. I have a status report. Transferring comms? What is it, Hans? We found a number of refugees in the attack zone. Understood? Anything else? Shall we proceed according to the plan? What do you suggest? The other two calibration teams are still en route, but according to the visual estimates, the red tide is spreading faster than expected. Teams will have to adjust their node positions accordingly to expand the blast area. We can only rely on handheld devices for surveying and mapping, which significantly delays the time in which we can execute the plan. Considering the time required to change orbit and for Babylonia to charge the arsenal, combined with the terrain nearby and the mobility speed of the troops, it'll take at least 10 hours to ensure that all nodes are deployed. By that time, the red tide will inevitably spread to an area less than 10 kilometers away from the refugee camp. To be on the safe side, I don't suggest relocating the nodes. Otherwise, I can't guarantee that the attack range will completely cover the red tide. We have issued an emergency evacuation order to the refugees, but they are unwilling to vacate the area. How do you wish to proceed? Although the World Government Parliament has been relocated to space with the Eden-class Babylonia, the people on the surface are still our comrades. We're all citizens of the world government. Citizens must fulfill their basic obligations, including cooperating with the Army in emergency asylum. According to the instructions of Article 21 of the World Government Disaster Relief and Emergency Assistance Act, if civilians are found while executing a mission, they must be notified and evacuated to safety. Unfortunately, it appears they are unwilling to evacuate. According to the instructions of Article 22, if civilians insist on remaining within the boundary of an operation, military forces are authorized to forcefully remove all civilians. You know quite well. I've committed all the rules and regulations to memory, even if they're no longer applicable to this era. Please allow me to evacuate these refugees under the pretense of successfully deploying the domain nodes, with or without force. Request granted. Evacuate the civilians by any means necessary. But remember, Babylonia will only initiate the attack once node deployment has been authenticated, regardless of the evacuation's success or not. We have only one chance. It's for all of humanity. Understood. Any other issues? No, sir. Report complete, Mr. President. Wait. What is it? Hans, you experienced the great evacuation firsthand. You're one of the most experienced soldiers in active service. You should know why I entrusted you to be the commander of this operation instead of handing over the task to the younger generation. For example, the up-and-coming Grey Raven Commandant. I don't, Mr. President. My duty is to obey orders. Soldiers don't need to speculate on any factors other than their mission. Is that really how you feel, Hans? A soldier is not only a member of the army, but also a member of humanity. Young soldiers tend to forget the former due to the latter. Only after refining themselves over a lengthy military career will they steal their judgment. So you would task me with this mission because I have the necessary experience and you trust my judgment. Not only that, judgment entails responsibility. When passing judgment, you must bear the full weight of its consequences. Night is too heavy for the dawn of a new era. I don't doubt their fearlessness in the fight against the corrupted, but they have yet to awaken to a higher calling. Yes, I understand. The responsibility of our generation should not fall onto the next generation. The atrocities committed by our generation should not be repaid by future generations. Hans, I know the cruelty I ask of you. Ah, I see. Right, yeah, because we wouldn't want to make those very calls ourselves, but they've done it time and time again, whether they meant to or not, because, again, they had to think about the greater good. But that mindset can't be used once we go forward and whenever we attain peace in the future. But the blood of the youth has not been cooled over many long years. Such is the same for their passion. I don't want them to lose this passion so early. So I must play the judge, and you the executioner. As you wish, Mr. President. I accepted my appointment. I was ready for the worst. Current situation is within my expectations. Moreover, I didn't think I would have the chance to return to the surface ever again. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. Such gratitude is unnecessary. Humanity may have emotions, but the universe does not. Babylonia is the scale that balances the past and future of humanity. The fulcrum between the two is a steel wire hanging over the abyss. We are the people who walk the steel wire. Hans, I'm sure you know what to do. I know what to do. Is it almost time? Yes, Chief Commander. Almost ready. Do you want to authenticate and activate the bit domain nodes now? Wait. Chief Commander? I asked the other two teams to verify that their domain nodes are functioning properly. After the second verification, I can safely activate the nodes and request Babylonia to launch the attack. Roger. After walking for who knows how long, you lost all feeling in your legs. First, you can still maintain contact with Lee, but after crossing a certain node, even your comms are not completely cut off. The desert that stretches into a monotonous and dreary expanse toward the horizon. The whale song begins again, causing the red tide to continue expanding. Consciousness floats along with the serene melody. What else have we discussed? Let me see. Oh, right. You heard what whales sound like. I don't know why she's crazy about them. Give me a second, I'll be right back. Gotta check my laundry real quick. Think of the Indian Ocean. That's what I said.
creature that big would only fit in the ocean. Why is the color? Why is the water in Babylonia colorless? What turned it into such a beautiful color on the surface?
Because there's enough water. It absorbs low frequency light. Reflects high frequency light. That's why it's blue.
It's quite a rational answer. If she heard it, I'm sure she would be disappointed. Luckily, that's not what I said.
Zone out again? Sorry. You were out for quite some time. I was just thinking about something that happened a long time ago. Had a whale song again. This intricate web of tributaries spreads like slime mold, source of which is unknown. Watching? What do you think of this sound? You think it sounds like a whale song, but for refugees call it the siren's call. The siren's call?
Documents left over from the Golden Age say that sirens were monsters that lived in the ocean who lured sailors with songs. Sailors would become entranced by their songs and crash their ships into the reefs. It's not difficult to understand why it's garnered such a negative reputation. After all, the sound of red tide coincide with death. But it is. It's bound to the red tide. So we can always rely on the sound to predict the rise and fall of the red tide. Ironically, it isn't so much an alluring sound that puts people in a trance, but rather seems to be a reminder of the approaching red tide. Think we could follow the sound to the source? Doesn't seem like a problem. But, got any ideas? I have a hunch. Maybe it's a cry for help. Simon's call is actually a cry for help. Huh. You and our member Kamui sure would get along, huh? Speaking of which, spectrogram of this voice. Forget it. It's nothing. Going upstream, you follow the sound for quite some time. The web of tributaries becomes more densely woven. The sand now turned black and gray. There were creatures on the shore of the red tide arriving through the sand, stone, and soil. The sound is getting closer and closer. Are you receiving any alerts from your protective equipment? No. We have enough serum to last us a while longer. Now we can rely on the sound to judge the rise and fall of the red tide to avoid it. If we proceed any further, we may have no other choice but to get up close and personal with those things. Punishing concentration is one thing, but those hetero creatures are another thing entirely. Are you sure you want to continue? You've already made it this far. Good point. A whale must be lonely if it doesn't get a response. This was the only thing going through her mind. Hard to imagine, huh?
Think whales get lonely?
Why are you thinking about that too? I didn't think the Grey Raven commander was so romantic. I asked her the same thing.
Seriously, it's like, why is it all of a sudden randomly this conversation pops up? I forget, was it stated already that it was like something they talked about before they left or what? Sounds like the song isn't finished. You're right. She said that she hadn't thought of an ending yet because she hasn't seen the ocean with her own eyes. She'll write the second half of the song when she sees the real ocean. That's what she said, at least. Xanthos. You just started sprinting for some reason. I thought you were going to jump into the red tide. What the hell is... Like before, you heard a sound nearby. Where is this? Hear thunder's buzzing in the air, but the roar in the sand suddenly stops. Here the tide is tranquil, reflecting like a giant mirror. More accurately, it's like the calm before the storm. I didn't think we'd actually find it. Below the tide stands a humanoid monster resembling a skeleton. So we'll steal forks and condense punishing virus and nail it to the center of the lake. For enough of this hellscape, it would seem as if it was a crucified son of God. What's that? Question seems to rouse the monster in the middle of the red tide. This was the sirens call that you've been hearing. Then it suddenly turns its head and looks this way. The red tides seems to suddenly take on life as it gradually inundates the surrounding land. Ah boy, here we go. Oh, okay, that's actually kind of creepy. How the hell do I fight this thing? Punishing virus is forming its body. Is it any better a creature? The red tide is rising. Dealing with the virus won't last too long. Better finish this off soon. Ah, great, I can play music. Terrific. Why do you act like a human? What's going on? Oh shit. Didn't think there was enough time to dodge. Oh, damn it. Damn, I'm missing these. Oh my god, I'm sick of this. Dude, this guy dodges? What the hell? Oh my god. Okay, damn it, dodge. After I was doing so well on the first one. I mean, I know it was pretty easy, but still. Didn't think it was that bad. Come on. Try to switch direction.
No, you're doing it too late. Damn, I need something right now. Okay, good. Get me this time. Oh my god. Damn, you died twice? Are you serious? This is really going terrible. Oh my god. Seriously, why is my timing so bad? We should time it this time. That definitely. Oh no, what's it doing? Ah, shit. Come on. Nope. Not getting a third try. Just a little more. I'm trying. There we go. Fall, burn, crash, rip, merge. My body still exists. That I do not know. Because though I'm just a tapestry, torn to individual strands. Strands without tying the strands of others. Soft cotton, coarse linen, sharp glass, steady cold barbed wire, barbs and blades. Sharp like scalpels, or to grind out in agony. Hey, yo, what's up, Aya? How you been? Hope you had a good day so far. Nothing has freed me from this eternal despair. I can only read this pain to the fibers of my being. Because of desperation, incessant thoughts. Finish 999? Nice! Dang, when did you start? Like, earlier this week? And then you already finished it? Dang, nice work. So how was it for you, the whole experience? Or at least the first game. Love. Where is love, regret, anger, fear, or hatred? The mirror and the beams, starting to set. Oh wow, so you actually did finish that whole week. Oh, you finished on Wednesday. Oh, okay. Well, still, anyway, that's pretty good. Wow, you must have had a lot of time on your hands to play it, though. Yeah, how'd you enjoy it? All over in my findings. Someone, anyone, deliver me from it all. Liked it? Oh, okay, good. I'm glad you did. Like, I think it really did a good job of, like, enhancing each character in, like, their own ways. And then, like, bringing all together, like, all the stuff you learned as well. Because that's the thing, I like how it just, like, set it up as one grand story for it. It's like some of the characters are directly involved, some not necessarily, and some just like know of it. And again, the bad guys were also cleverly written in that too, with each their own desires and such. But yeah, I'm guessing you're already gonna play Zero Escape. What was it? Virtue's Last Reward. So we got 2 more battles left after this. I'm on the second. Oh, okay, you're already starting the second. Good. Yeah, because Virtue's Last Reward, I'm gonna just tell you, you're just in for a ride for that one. At least to me, I feel like it definitely went a bit more dramatic. I've done too many. Damn, seriously, you're really catching up like quickly. I
expected. Caught off guard, the white strike hawk is lifted by the ominous black monster. Right then, his last bullet hits the monster's chest as emanating a faint blue light. Well, not exactly. Oh, okay. Oh, that's not. But right then, his last bullet hits the monster's chest as emanating a faint blue light. I got the to be continued ending right off the bat. Ah, okay. Fair. It's not that easy to like get like an automatic ending, so makes sense. Because I mean, there are a couple where it's like you could possibly get that. So only the crisp cracking can be heard as the hetero creature's chest splinters. These black heteropolymers slide down like shards of glass. Within the hetero creatures, a broke figure emerges from within. It's a strange and familiar figure. Where have you seen her before? This time, Wanchi's previously languid eyes open wide as he stares at the hetero creature in the middle of the lake. It was her, all along. The construct that went missing from the space station. This is what the assailants did to her. Oh! Right! Because I was wondering, because Gabriel had kidnapped her from the space station when Isla was meant to go retrieve her. Because she had gotten that secret signal that would have only worked, that only Isla would have known about. But we never figured out what happened to her after. I knew he took her away, but I didn't know what else he had done with her. I see. So that, he had made that the core for the Red Tide here. What a disgrace. She's the construct that went missing? I came across her file while looking through the scout team's database, so I took note of it. I didn't expect that the next time I would see her would be here of all places. My mission as a scout is to gather, integrate, and report intel. Prior to the last battle against the Ascendants, each member of the scout team knew all of the intel on them by heart. We all know that an Ascendant by the name of Gabriel took a construct from Babylonia. But as for what purpose or necessity it served, that has always remained a mystery. Yeah, because not even when we went through the whole fake ascension thing did we learn anything about what she was even used for or what even happened to her. We just know that he left with her. And again, how is that possible? Well, actually, no, it makes sense because she barely had half a body left to begin with when he retrieved her. Now the mystery is solved. There's a heterocore fragment here. Stopping every blow, the hetero creature remains kneeling by the shore of the Red Tide as PGR gathers in the air. Is it all over? Nothing like this won't go down without a fight. I'll buy you some time. Get out of here. Wait, what are you doing? What are you planning on doing with the domain node? Around, you barely make it to high ground, avoid being corrupted by the punchy virus. Aside from where you stand, the Red Tide inundates the surrounding area. Ravenous hetero creatures occupy the area up ahead. I'll find any secure place to deploy the node up until Babylonia receives a signal. Give it to me. Hurry back. I dragged you into this mess. You can't even make it back. Not like I can get very far without you. My bad. Not to mention all the hetero creatures. As good as dead without the protection of a construct. God damn it. I'd have to go kick the hornet's nest after arriving on the surface. You aren't much better though. Always throwing your life away for complete strangers. But the creature in the middle of the lake seems to realize the crisis at hand. As it roars and struggles, the monster drags its body toward you in preparation for another attack. There's no time to avoid it. If there's a potential death, your body rushes with adrenaline. Faces of the people you met along the way flash before your eyes. All the questions that cannot be answered at first were answered at this moment. For example, what do you think of that blue planet? We have nothing left. Only driving force left is our attachment to this land. It's the only thing that supports our menial existence. Our last wish is to forever rest within its embrace. Standing here, we can look back on the glory of the past. See the tombstones of our old friends. We were born here. We will die here. Humanity's bound to its homeland by the gravitational force known as love. Why did those on the surface not come to Babylonia? What sort of life would they have had on the surface? What would people on the surface think of us?
Enough with the hypocrisy. Is this really the best interest? Or do you just not want us to see us die before your very eyes? Look at you. Your conscience is just as repulsive as your actions. Moving us from our homeland will make you sleep better at night, but it won't make our lives any better.
Don't you think it's ridiculous to tell us that we are citizens of the world government? Don't you remember how you treated us when the evacuation started? You held us at gunpoint to prevent us from boarding Eden. You left us behind like junk. Now you dare to come back and rescue us. Are you kidding me?
Because I see weakness and timidity in your eyes. When all this is over, you'll probably blame your incompetence and live with a heavy sense of guilt. So I want to tell you, don't feel any guilt. We've chosen our own path. You've completed your mission. Alright, that's enough. One day we'll reunite with our comrades on the surface. That time comes, we'll share in the marvelous things we have seen and rejoice in song. Nothing's more romantic, is it not? Yeah, nothing is more romantic. A voice from the bottom of your heart crosses time and space to answer the unknown girl's question. So before we share all the marvelous things we've seen and rejoice in song, it'd be disgraceful to end with such hatred and tragedy. So you must at least protect the node until the very end. Embrace this idea and hold the long black needle tightly in your arms. You'll see the sound of a frame being crushed. Hetero creature pieces his right arm, causing a fountain of vital fluid to speed from the wound. Don't worry. Constructs aren't that weak. If you're injured, your team and my captain will hold me accountable. But enough of that for now. Strong sense of fear and helplessness cause your legs to go weak. As if in a daze to catch a glimpse of a broken heart like that of a broken figure buried within the monster's chest. Her eyes are as empty as when you first saw her. Exposed chest shines her uncharacteristic brightness as faint blue light shimmers beneath it. Within reach, the girl's remains, which you could only catch a glimpse of before, are now in full view. But when you see her face, your mind becomes clouded with confusion. Should she still be alive like this? Is she dreaming? Why else would she show such a look of pain? While she's still struggling in front of you. Now's not the time with such nonsense, but your train of thought begins to spiral out of control. You and the three other Grey Ravens are at a standstill in the center of the airtight space station.
Excuse me, is that Grey Raven down there? Who are you? Wait, is that Miss Isla? Yes, I'm Isla, a member of the 2nd Archaeological Team.
Why is she here?
Liv, Lee, do you know her?
She's a very popular young artist in Babylonia. Murray likes to go to her exhibitions.
I like Miss Isla's work too. I've been wanting to meet you too, especially. I should probably talk about that later. I've got more important things to tell you. My mission here is to rescue a construct named... She means a lot to me.
Damn it, yeah, they said her name before, but I didn't remember.
The task force have all heard about the heroic deeds of the Grey Ravens at the Ascendant base. I even heard about them in Babylonia. You've been in direct contact with the Ascendants? You seen the Ascendant who attacked me on the space station?
Yeah, Gabriel.
Never mind. It's not important. The only thing I care about is whether you found any sign of her in the base.
Who do you mean by her?
You've met her before on the space station. She's my best friend. Her name is...
You managed to finally connect your shattered fragments in your memory.
You met her at the space station. She's my best friend.
Selena. Of course, I only remember suddenly synchronized with yours. Tried the name because it had to reach you to stop in its tracks. She just sat in for a long cry.
the center of his chest moves faintly. At the same time, the punching fire seems to repair the head of the creature at a diminishing rate. It's at that moment you understand that the solemn whale song it still holds that binder where the last tokens of the girl within the head of the creature. The voice module was already completely destroyed. She moves her lips, she's unable to produce any sound. She struggles to stretch out her disfigured hand from within the head of the creature. However, there are no need for words. Only your eyes meet, you sense each other's true intention. All that's left for each of you is to complete the final mission. Grey Raven, come in. Grey Raven, do you copy? We got ourselves a situation here. Sounds like Mr. Strikehawk has finally started acting all into it. What's all the panic? You're commanded. Commandant? What's wrong with the commandant? Relax, your commandant is fine. The protective device is critical though. Still, we have enough seal. Sorry, I got a little out of hand. We don't have time to get into this right now. Random Hans just activated the last bit domain node and Babylon is approaching in orbit to begin attack. Tell me you're evacuating with the commandant. Don't worry, we just escaped from the lion's den. Lion's den? We're into trouble? I'm not sure. I think it was the source of the red tide. What makes you think that? The abnormally high punishing concentration it had. A strong desire for self-preservation. And the behavior of the surrounding hetero creature. It was like a hive similar to that on Earth. It's difficult to describe with words. Transmit my readings in statics to you now. Data received. Is this a hetero creature? It's exactly what you said. Still collecting combat data? I'm a sniper. Sniper is the person responsible for observing the battlefield and collecting data. You're back? Yeah, Guardian, I'm back. I just wanted to continue and see if I could finish this today. So what did you do? Don't tell me you found the source and just ran away. It wasn't me. It was your commandant. Your commandant stabbed the bit domain node into it right at the last second. The commandant did that? Babylonians established the coordinate system and is heading over. Has to prepare for the orbital strike. Now that the fourth bit domain node has been activated, there's still hope for redemption. If you catch my drift. Understood. What's the situation with you and the commander? Well, for me, there are problems everywhere, but my mind is still stable. Corruption is below the threshold. I just need to take a load off. Now's not the time for that. Keep that in mind. Sheesh, I was just joking. I'm not laughing. Once you bring the commander back safely, then you can crack jokes. Got it. You still able to escort the commander? I'm more than capable of protecting a human. Understood. I'll prepare to camp. Bring your frame when you get back. Also, thank you for protecting the commander. You should thank your commander for the data you're looking at right now. Your commander risks death in order to acquire data that's satisfactory for both sides. The chief commander can be persuaded to inform Babylonia to launch a precision strike. All of our problems will be solved. It's your mission. Don't let your commander's efforts go to waste. Understood. Liv, it's urgent. You need to run calculations to generate a model. Chief Commander Hans, what is it this time, Grey Ravens? Babylonia is just about to reach us in orbit. We will receive orders to retreat in less than half an hour. You just received news that our commander is returning to camp. I don't care about any news regarding that fugitive. Tell our commander not to do anything stupid. Santos still has time to make it back to the flank and evacuate in time. Our commander knows what to do, which is why we're here again. The commander encountered the massive hetero creature during the operation. The Strikehawk construct collected a large amount of relevant data during the battle. Based on the data, the from our team modeled the evolution of the red tide. Go on. This is the gradient map of the punishing virus compiled by the Strikehawk while exploring the source of the red tide. As you can see, the punishing concentration of the red tide increases along with the depth. This area is at its peak. I see. Turn it off. Also, this is a flow map of the red tide. The core cluster is situated in the center of the flow map. Here, the red tide increases flow outward and spreads just like heart pumping blood throughout the entire body. Finally, this is a statistical model on the behavior pattern of the hetero creature in the core region. We established that the red tide spreads when the hetero creature makes that noise. Get to the point. The red tide is a source. This hetero creature is the culprit for spreading the red tide. By eliminating it, we can finally put an end to the red tide and solve all our problems. The commandant took the most logical course of action by jamming the last bit domain node into the hetero creature. Babylonia will be overhead soon. I'll apply for a revision to the attack plan, thereby focusing the longest arsenal on a bit domain node deployed by the commandant. What makes you think this will put a stop to the red tide? I'm not sure, but Chief Commander, you have higher authority. You should be aware of the CTO's speculations regarding the red tide's origin. It's a vestige of the hetero core. According to the records of our operations against the hetero core on the space station, it's impossible to destroy such an entity with a wide-scale strike. What I present to you is only objective facts and data. A wide-scale strike was never an insurance plan to start with. Combining various factors such as atmospheric thickness, scattering rate, Babylonia's firepower, and punching virus activity. The longest arsenal may look impressive, but we can't ensure that it will be a success. The blast will be dispersed over too great of an area, thereby reducing the strength of the laser's power. But if we launch a precision strike, it's like stabbing a needle directly in the enemy's heart to stop it from beating. After that, all we have to do is deal with the body. As you said before, Chief Commander Hans, now is not the time to hesitate. Now is the time of essence. Make a decision, Chief Commander Hans. Connect me to Babylonia. Contact HQ and transfer me to President Hassan. How's it going on the ground, Hans? Changing plans. The Grey River commanded broke protocol and discovered a large hetero creature similar to the one we encountered in the ruins of 75. The data we received from the commandant indicates that the nature of the creature is similar to that of the polyphage. Judging from the flowing punishing energy, this hetero creature is likely to be the source of the red tide. The Grey River commandant planted the last bit domain node into the hetero creature. I've applied the change for a wide-scale attack to a precision strike to focus all our attack power on the hetero creature, thereby ensuring the elimination of the red tide. Hans, you've overstepped authority as Chief Commander. Babylonia is in charge of formulating a battle plan, not you. Once a plan has been finalized, you're only responsible for executing it. Understood, Commander. The Science Council has concluded that a wide-scale attack is our best option. We can't guarantee that it will be completely eliminate the red tide, but that's the safest strategy. Mr. President, the Science Council didn't have our current data when formulating this plan. I think it's time to make a reasonable contingency plan based on new data. The battlefield is unpredictable. I'm just making the best judgment based on the current situation. You don't have any ulterior motives. Transmit the data. I'll have Asimov analyze it now. Put me through to Asimov. Asimov, this is the data sent by troops on the front line. What do you think? Interesting. Very interesting. Looks like the fourth domain bit node is the key to all of this. You think so? Troops on the front line have requested to switch from a wide-scale attack to a precision strike on the fourth bit domain node. On a case-by-case basis, their judgment is reasonable based on the model they transmitted back. I first speculated that the hetero creature fragment in the polyphage was the origin of the red tide. I just couldn't understand why the red tide continued to spread after the polyphage disappeared. Turns out I found a new source of power. This data sure is interesting. Asimov, it's not the time to indulge in research. Pardon me, Mr. President. Is it feasible to change the plan on such short notice? Objectively speaking, little is known about the red tide. Whether we launch a wide-scale area attack or a precision strike, it's a gamble either way. We just came to the conclusion that a wide-scale attack was our safest course of action. A gamble, you say? Understood. Think it over. One wrong step will lead straight into the abyss. Not for you, but for the whole world. Since it's a gamble either way, I don't mind choosing the more humane option. Put me through to Chief Commander Hans. Hans. Yes, Mr. President. Request granted. Where Babylonia passes overhead, we will launch a precision strike with the longest arsenal on the bit domain node deployed by the Grey Ravens once we finish calibrating the coordinates. I'll relay the orders to all the constructs under my command immediately. I'm not finished, Hans. After the first attack, we'll wait for 20 minutes to observe the effect. If it's ineffective in stemming the red time, we'll launch a second. But this time we'll wipe out the area indiscriminately with a wide-scale attack. 2 consecutive attacks will consume 90% of Babylonia's energy supply, compromising Babylonia's anti-air defenses. You know what this means, but I think it's worth it. As you said before, the people on the surface are our comrades. You not only need to relay the updated battle plan, but also issue a retreat. You need your calibration team to safety. Understood. Whew. Okay. Alright, I'll be back. I'm gonna take a bit of a break here, then I'll return to do more of it. So I'll be back in like, let's say 15, so go anywhere. And I'm back. Sorry about that. Yeah, it's a bit over 15. Because I only realized like after I was like, holy shit, I forgot I have clothes in the washer. I gotta put in the dryer now. Okay, so now we'll continue. Sorry about that. Requiem. Every time she gazes at the blue planet, she has an inexplicable feeling in her heart. The blue planet known as Earth is said to be the cradle of mankind. In reality, she never regarded the planet as her own. After all, she's been living among the clouds and stars since her birth. Her parents, who were once residents of Earth, never shied away from sharing stories with her about their former glories of mankind. They said there was an era of human ignorance. It was an era of human courage. It was an era where mankind was full of longing for all the beauty of the universe. She could not understand the true meaning of these words, though she could feel the sincerity hidden deep within their hearts. Pride, sentiment, lingering pain. Like a somber needle stabbing at her heart. So she inevitably began to yearn for the blue planet. Although eyes on the blue planet cannot help become enchanted by its beauty. Even while quietly viewing from afar through the observation filter in Babylonia, the softest nerve in your heart will be affected by it. Storms described as stories do not exist in Babylonia, only on the blue planet. Rainbows described as stories do not exist in Babylonia, only on the blue planet. Why did humanity wish to free themselves from the shackles of gravity so urgently? She had such doubts. Flowers are a rare sign in Babylonia. Precious resources are not allowed to be wasted on flora solely for the purpose of viewing. Such fantastical things can only exist in photo albums and stories. Possible, she wants to see a sunrise with her own eyes. She wants to see stars spread across the night sky with her own eyes. She wants to see rainfall form a river with her own eyes. She wants to see the snowflakes cover the ground in a blanket of white with her own eyes. Changing seasons, the waxing and waning of the moon, thunder in spring, and the rustling pines of winter. Fields of various grains, grassy hillsides where sheep frolic, verdant fields waving in the wind, banks where golden flowers grow, flocks of goldfinches, lush vineyards, barren seashores. If what was portrayed in stories really exists, she really wanted to see it with her own eyes. How long has it been? She did not remember. It seemed like only a brief moment, also felt like an eternity. Selena. The pain that keeps pressing her heart stops suddenly upon hearing this name called out. The moment she opens her eyes, she recalls what all had happened. The original promise was now a nightmare. She wants to protect has become the source of sin. At first, she only wanted to inherit the legacy of her companions. But why was she ended up here? She knows within her heart what to do now. Embracing the black needle left by the familiar yet strange human, adjusting to her power source. Let everything end here. Looking up, she seems to catch a glimpse of the skylight. The moment all of her misery fades away. It's like we're looking up at the sky for the surface of Earth feels like. So beautiful that people forget fear, pain, and hatred. Be it in the brilliance, she feels like everything is gradually evaporating away. Before everything disappears, the poem left by the Golden Age suddenly appears in her chaotic and collapsing mind. She raises her finger as if to brush aside the messy hair around the ears of the reborn girl. However, she does not touch her even up until she finally retracts her hand. The hardcore fragment turns into powder in her hands. She leaves without looking back. Cradle of Immortality. Don't look back. Keep going. Don't look back. Cross that boundary and don't look back. Whether that be the head of a creature or the broken figure within, beat them both behind. Seems that as long as you don't think about it, the heavy sense of guilt will not overwhelm you. Way back, the desert is still lifeless. But the whale song, the red tide is now a stagnant pool. Everything that went into this, your base becomes increasingly burdensome. Like the haze, you see three familiar figures standing on a familiar hill in the distance. Before you can speak, Lucia rushes forward and hugs you tightly. You feel like trembling. Don't ever do that again. No matter what. Don't ever go at it alone. Surviving this ordeal should have filled you with joy. Now there's only grief. Look around, you see Lee and Liv standing solemnly on the side. And Lucia's here holding you tightly. Choosing to act alone, you never seem to consider their feelings. Feel as if they should be capable of understanding your intentions. This moment, you deeply understand one thing. You should not risk your life as long as they're around. I'm sorry. Commander, you really need to reflect on how you left without saying goodbye. You need to cherish yourself. Tired? Get some rest. We'll talk about the report later. I compiled a report on the specific matters of the Grey Raven's violations during this operation. I'll submit it to Babylonia when the time comes. Regardless of the final outcome, It's an established fact that we acted without regard to the instructions of HQ. Looks like this time we'll be tied up in military court for a while. Got it. You're not concerned in the slightest? Is it because you've got a big heart? Or are you really that fearless? Forget it. Now's not the time. All that matters is you make it back safe and sound. Just one more thing regarding the refugees. Most of them have still chosen to stay. However, some have decided to leave. Considering that there aren't that many people, the temporary facilities will suffice. Even the conservation area on the surface is incomplete. Babylonia will soon dispatch a transport crowd to relocate them. What about the others? Honestly, the environment has already become inhospitable for humans. Even though the red tide has stopped spreading, the remaining punishing viruses block their access to nearby cities. They won't be able to hold out much longer here. But if they choose to stay, all we can do is respect their decision. So all this was for nothing? If consequentialism is the deciding factor, then most of the actions in the world are meaningless. Not everything can be judged based solely on the number of survivors written in the report. He's right. I don't think what you did was meaningless at all. Commander, you stood up for their hopes and dreams. The fact that you fought until the last minute is precisely why both sides were able to come to a mutual understanding. Mutual understanding? Cannot help but look at the scout who, like yourself, knows what really happened. After undergoing emergency maintenance, once she was now quietly lying on a haystack with his eyes closed as he basked in the sunbeam. For all you don't know whether to think about if constructs actually need sleep or to call him over. Regardless of the struggles on Earth, nothing will affect the eternal migration of stars. This planet has always been like this. Equally cruel, equally compassionate. It seldom rains in the desert, but when it does, the sky is as clear and transparent as a mirror. The moist dust cannot be lifted by the roaring wind yet. At this moment, everyone stops to appreciate the beauty of the stillness. Hans does not look back. The man walks up to Hans and gazes off into the distance. Why didn't you retreat? It's been a long time since I've seen a sunrise. After a few moments, Hans realizes that he's not been on the surface for nearly 10 years. Like a soul without a home, exiled by the atmosphere and gravity, drifting in low Earth orbit. Now the children of Babylonia have forgotten about the Golden Age. They forgot where they came from and how their culture was born. They open their eyes among the stars. For them, Earth is no different from the moon. We tell them that Earth is our home, but we can't tell them why. Soon everything will become a fragment of history. If I had to choose, I wouldn't leave. But as a soldier, he had no choice. Those who survive must continue the dreams of the dead. Only the living can see tomorrow. Only the living can exact revenge. Only the living can have hope. But how painful, how unwilling. Even at the story where he truly wants, he must leave. Should we not feel guilty? I think not. But also become a chain that binds it to the battlefield, forcing him to continue facing all hell before him. Until he dies, he'll fight. Fight his way. No matter how disgraceful or despised by others, the fight until his heart stops and shatters to pieces. Only he himself knows that he's not the unyielding pine others saw him as. Rather, he's just a tombstone that refuses to topple. Should he crumble, the glory of the Golden Age engraved on him will become dust in a long river of time, never to return. At this age, can you still feel sorrow? Grow up big and strong, says almost inaudibly. Life is full of all kinds of farewells. People he had come to know left his world one by one. Regardless of those he loved and hated, they're already gone. It's just another farewell. Cannot leave this land. Many others cannot leave either. Some people would be bound to their hometown all their lives. Those are about to leave, and those who choose to stay say goodbye to each other. There's no sadness on their faces. Because watching young birds leave the nest is not something to grieve over. She had a very long nightmare. Her body was torn apart, broken down, and put together again. Disappointed in such a fragmented body, she lingered in the endless darkness until she forgot what she even looked like. Then someone persuaded her to give up. If she were to give up, she would no longer continue to suffer. If she were to give up, she would not have continued to face hell. Was anything left unfinished? She cannot remember. It was as if she had already faded from existence. No, that cannot be. Don't strain your mind if we're trying to work this strange business out. At a convenient moment, which will be soon, I'll explain everything, and all these strange occurrences will become clear. Name passed through her mind. Though she cannot recall the exact name, she missed it from the bottom of her heart. Then a beam of light pierced the eternal night. Suddenly her senses return. Slowly props up her upper body from the barren ground. Gives her hand and opens her eyes. The sun hangs in the vast blue sky, no longer the fireball of light in space that incinerates everything. So gentle that people forget all the sadness. Who is she? Why is she here? Nothing matters anymore. She only wants to tell you all the miracles she saw along the journey. Wait, what the heck? The Lost Field. What the heck is going on? Oh, wow. Damn, that shifted. Wanchi, why do you put up this strange tasting candy in your maintenance capsule? You ate it? Not even Kamu could have choked that down. I could smell it a mile away. I thought your recovery room had been raided by mustard gas. Broken stone slabs and steel bars stand in the ruins. Smoke and dust in the air casts an oppressive haze. Surrounding craters speak to the kind of devastation wrought on this land. Oil flows quietly along the terrain, filling craters along the way and finally gathering in recesses of the stream. Paramilitary boots step into the puddle, causing black ripples to disturb the oily surface. Looks like there are some stragglers. I thought all the corrupted near the southern defensive line were alerted by the large-scale cleanup and suppression operation by the Egrets. Wanchi, the file I'm looking for still isn't popping up on the scan. What about you? Come on. Is that you yawning again? Are you working on what? You could say that. Wanchi? Wanchi? Damn it, he fell asleep again. Forget it, I'll just... Troy, you should probably lie down for a second. The sound of an attack from a large corrupted suddenly appearing in front of Troy. Blown debris in the remains, a smaller corrupted follow its torso. Whoever bites the dust. Take 5. Hey, knock it off. Quit sleeping on the job. Relax. That was the last one. What makes you say that? While you were running around looking for the data files, I was here scanning for enemies and taking them out. I didn't even have to move an inch. Quick and easy.
Fine, whatever. Anyway, the ruins sure are quiet. Hey, Wanchi, when did you join Strikehawk? Now that you're awake, I figured I'd ask while I still had a chance. You've been dozing on and off, so I didn't want to bother.
Doze off again. It just happened by some weird twist of fate.
I was sure it's about to fall off the wall and used the revving of an engine underfoot. Faint white light appears underneath it. Phew, scared me there for a second. Faint, huh? That's nice. I hear that scouts don't have to go to the front line. That's why I joined. You Strikehawks are in a league of your own.
Like some sort of elite team?
Of course. What scout hasn't heard of Strikehawk?
But don't elite teams usually have a human called, a commander?
That's just an ordinary elite team. Don't you know who your captain is? Chrome is a perfect construct equipped with a specialized invert device who's responsible for serving as the team's commander. Oh, the other Strikehawks are equally 1 million. Any mission with Strikehawk is virtually guaranteed to be a success.
You don't say. I just thought there was something special about our captain in Kamui.
Who could be so oblivious to all of this? You don't know how much I envy you. As for me, my combat abilities are as ordinary as they come. All I can do is run fast and keep my mouth shut. That's what Commander Nicola assigned me to this mission. Honestly, I may not be afraid to fight the corrupted, but I won't be first in line to fight them head on. So thanks for the help just now.
It was nothing.
No need to be so modest. It was all in his compliment. Just take it.
Surely enough.
The city was lost during the post-pandemic age too. It seems like this bloodbath here is the real reason I won't step on the front line. It's ridiculous that soldiers pay their lives in exchange for a total retreat. We're supposedly bound by duty to carry out orders. But every time I see these scenes, I still can't help ask these questions from the bottom of my heart.
However, the answers to these questions are even more troubling.
It's not here either. Wanchi, when will this endless war end?
I don't know.
What a pity. When one person dies on the battlefield, they're a hero. 10 people, they're martyrs. 1 million people, they're just a statistic. We already sacrificed so many people. Is it true that our mission will only truly be complete once we achieve victory and humanity's taking back Earth?
I don't know, but I had a dream about us winning the war recently. A spark spreads from the faint orb of light, starting change all around the world. Finally, the spark ignites the entire Earth, but gradually fades out to burning. Even if we win a temporary victory against the corrupted, the punishing virus won't be eradicated so easily.
It was just a dream, though.
It's just not a dream. The punishing virus has caught us off guard more than once. Just the human beings have spent millions of years building their own civilization on the surface of Earth. The punishing virus is also adapting and corrupting the land in its own way. If we don't find a way to eradicate it, conditions such as environment and time align, one day the punishing virus will evolve into an existence beyond our comprehension.
Well, but at least it hasn't come to that yet, has it? It's always best to plan ahead, but we shouldn't live in the present, right?
Sure. Looks like the battle here was especially brutal. Yet the foundation is deformed. After confirming that there are no signs of life up ahead, Troy puts down his scope and walks out the corner. Watching, everything checks out on my side. Gonna head down to Tilted Foundation and investigate. Alright. I position myself in a vantage point nearby. Wow, that was fast. That just means I can kick up my feet sooner. You've even set up your weapon. Now I can count on you. You noticed it too, didn't you? The marker for the file we've been looking for is flashing in the ruins. We'll finish our mission once I collect it. Copy that. Let me check the scan. Alright. Should be able to enter from here. Huh? My panel isn't showing anything on the display. Who's there? Troy, get out of there. Strong shock interrupts Troy's conversation with Wan Xing. The building rose that Troy entered suddenly shake violently. Open steel bars collapse for the second time. Troy and debris fly out of the collapsed ruins and hit the opposite building. Dark figure exits the collapsed ruin. Mechanical grinding of machine parts can be heard come from his torso. A corrupted response, a construct response, not even a human response. Flashing lights on their scanners indicate that the equipment is operating normally. The position where the figure stands is devoured by thick darkness, even light cannot escape. The only remaining light within the rose does not reflect any color. This is the first time I've seen something this strange. Troy. Wan Xing, I'm okay. That thing is what we need. Seems like we have our eyes on the same file. Unfortunately, I cannot let you have it. I went through tremendous effort to unlock Gestalt's encrypted lock. Who are you? Just an insignificant gear. My job is to ensure that all operations run smoothly. Step away from him. Wan Xing quickly rappels down as he empties his clip. The lights rain down on the shadow only to be deflected in the air by the blue lights. It's not a threat. Seems you can't simply die without pain. Troy, hold on. Outsiders must be purged. Oh, that's kinda cool. Trivial attempt. I need to move away from it first. Run away, and whatever tricks you got. Direct hit. Oh shit. Oh. You're number one. Did I miss? There we go. Not even a scratch. Is that all? Getting bored. There we go. Did that just go scorching? It's so. Being sleepy. You'll sleep forever. Looks like you're the one to fall asleep first. Looks like. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time's up.
can't move. What have you done? Just some trivial work. Impossible. Good night, big fella. I'm coming right now, Troy. Oh, baby. Sorry for the trouble again. I'm on the way. What? Oh, you bitch! Wait, did I say it's over? Huh? Where'd it go? Oh! There we go. What? Is that all you got?
今回が眠る早めに寝ればその分早めに
What a note. A note to
そうにないね
Gear grabs Wanshi by his head and lifts him off the ground. As I was saying, what are you fighting for? How blasphemous and banal. Gear slowly lifts up Wanshi, then throws him onto the ground, cracking the ground from the force of the impact. Endeavors deprived of faith are merely mundane shells. Vulnerable and meaningless. How disappointing. You may be weak, but you still managed to withstand a beating, foolish one. During the numbing cold of the frost, they had no idea that a layer of ice had formed. Though it's not thick, the ice affects its ability to control its limbs. Is that all, trivial scum? Previously wounded, Wanshi smirks as if to indicate that the attack was not as trivial as Gear was led to believe. He turns to look in the direction of the orbital light. Turns to discover Troy, which he had previously sent flying, floating in the air. Only once Troy firmly wraps the orbital light around its hand does Gear see the attack's true form. The silver conical claw attached to a transparent composite rope. The rope, which is now attached to Gear's frozen right hand, is connected to a snare gun wielded by Wanshi. Sleep tight. At the same time, Troy grabs the silver claw, flies over a raised section of the ruins, then quickly descends to the other side. Troy's injuries cause him to collapse onto the ground, kicking up a cloud of dust and smoke around him. Then rope hoists Gear up, leaving it hanging in the air. Troy gets off the leg, Wanshi leaps over to Troy and helps him up. Troy bats the claw onto the floor, and Wanshi drops a frost grenade next to the claw. As they leave, the grenade activates and freezes the claw on the floor, to the floor of the ruins. Looks like our equipment will hold out much longer. You relayed all of the enemy intel? No, I can't seem to send it. This is like Suffidir is jamming our signal with Babylonia. Nothing on the scanner. Maybe it's the same composition as that thing back there. Initiate emergency evac plan. See the fork up ahead? Let's split up there to meet back at the evac point. Alright, got it. Sync up the time. 0043. 0043. No problem. ETA for the evac point is 3 hours. Give each other a 5-minute window. Switch comms to stealth mode, 5 minutes to prevent us from being followed. Signal off during stealth mode. Ditto. Wanshi, don't get yourself killed. Right back at you. The ice crystal begins to gradually melt under the high temperature generated by Gear. Dannazione. Run if you so dare, wretched fools. Preparation must still be made for the path that will lead us to Sage. Wait, what? Sage? Oh, damn, it's gonna be that again, isn't it? Losing its counterweight, the rope snaps and
abruptly on the ground. He throws the composite rope, so clicking to it the body aside and looks in the direction which Troy and Wanshi left. This may take longer than anticipated, but all potential threats must be eliminated. Looks like the painkillers have stopped working. Dormant pain begins to resurface, disrupting each of his data circuits. Severe pain causes Wanshi to stumble to the ground. Wanshi, now's not the time for a nap. Keep going. Or else Chrome's gonna yell at you again. But I'm spent. His eyesight begins to tremble slightly, so the wind in his ears becomes distant. He feels himself drift away from the world like the sensation just before falling asleep. Now's not the time to sleep. I can't. As Wanshi's body is about to forcefully shut down his vision module due to injuries, a figure appears before him. Who? A human? No. It must first. This is Mother Goose 3. Sorry for the wait, Connolly. You're later than usual. Well, we encountered some interceptor drones upon entering the stratosphere. They didn't pose any threat, but they still delayed us on our way from Babylonia. Huh? What are drones doing at that high an altitude? No idea. Showed those signs of corruption, so we mistook them for allies at first. You don't say. Hate to do this, but let's return to Babylonia before going to the next objective. But... Understood. Thank you. Upon seeing this, Kama reports the transport ground and connects the Strikehawk's encrypted channel. You realize it too, Captain, haven't you? I have. What kind of mission was Wanshi been assigned? Why would he need to operate in stealth mode to avoid danger? I'm not authorized to have access to the mission details. All I know is that Nicola dispatched members from each team on a top secret mission. Where are you now? I'm in Babylonia on my way to the bridge. Why the long face, Captain? What? Sorry, I've been worried. Relax. No one knows how capable Wanshi is than you. He's able to overcome any difficulty that comes his way, and he's a natural at whatever he puts his mind to. In other words, nothing stands in his way whenever he decides to get serious. Even if something really happens, we'll save him. I don't want to be the only one left to put up with your crap. That goes both ways. Sorry, I couldn't help but get a little nervous. This isn't the first time I've had to pull you guys out of all sorts of strange places. Right. So as I was saying, just relax. Regardless of what the higher-ups have to say, our duties as Strikehawk will stay the same. You're absolutely right. Chrome, the Strikehawk captain reporting in. Chrome, what brings you here at a time like this?
I'm here on behalf of my team. I know I have no right to involve myself with top secret missions. And as their captain, I must be responsible for their lives. I have reason to believe they've encountered an unexpected threat. What are you trying to say? I'm here to request permission for Strikehawk to carry out a rescue mission for Wanshi and the others dispatched to the top secret mission. Nonsense. What do you think is the meaning of a military order? Military orders are missions that soldiers must obey, sir. I do not object to your order. However, I stand here on behalf of those involved with the hope of minimizing our losses. You... What makes you say that? Thank you for the opportunity, Mr. President. I was dispatched on a low-risk mission to patrol and survey the Arctic Ocean. Combined with the low climate, it would be more reasonable to assign it to Arctic Fox, since they are better equipped for cold environments. This top-secret mission surely plays important tactical significance to Babylonia. However, the Spec Ops members appear to have encountered an issue that has resulted in the necessity for a stealth evac. I believe that is because the Spec Ops members have encountered an issue that is beyond their capabilities. The failure of this operation is bound to hinder the process of recapturing Earth. Therefore, I highly advise dispatching additional personnel to conduct a rescue mission and complete the mission with a larger team. Again, this is kind of the difference between Commandant and Chrome, right? Like, whereas the Commandant would always be persistent and try to think of new ways, some be it all unreasonable and some risky. Chrome is a way of trying to still make it seem like he is playing by the rules to get himself involved. I believe you two are also looking for candidates to form a rescue team. Correct. Except not to conduct a rescue mission. Rather, we need to ensure that Babylonia acquires the necessary intel. Understood. I'm sure there are also certain criteria for selecting the personnel. Most of the task force members have been dispatched to various places around the world to eradicate the corrupted. Kamui just so happens to have just completed his mission, and I am currently on standby in Babylonia. We can use the Chrome airdrop capsules to land on the surface at high speed whenever needed, so I propose that we are the best candidates for this operation. Impossible. This is a conflict of interest, and your personal biases only doom the mission to failure. We may be weapons, but we were once humans. Each Strikehawk possesses strong combat ability and synergy unmatched by other members. Whether in terms of execution ability or efficiency, Strikehawk is the best choice. I'm not saying this out of inflated self-confidence, but a combination of practical considerations. The Chromefish is speaking. Long silence fills the bridge. Has announced to Nikolai that looks at Chrome and says, "You just mentioned the airdrop capsules. We're currently running trials on the new model that we've recently developed. We can't guarantee its safety now." Understood. Well, it seems like you've already made up your mind. But did you stop to consider why the Arctic Ocean survey mission was assigned to you in the first place? Because there are a few issues there that only I can solve. If that's the case, then I will immediately resume the survey mission and rendezvous with the Arctic Fox once I complete this mission. I heard Asimov saying that the modification to your frame is still in the trial phase. Continuous high-intensity operations put a lot of strain on it. The impact is minimal based on the past experiences. Not to mention, this will give me an opportunity to put it to the test and see what requires further optimization. You can't just talk a big game. Young people always overpromise and underdeliver. Instead, there's nothing but a dismal end. I'm betting Langston Smith's name on it. Well then. Looks like you haven't forgotten who you are. Looks like we can't possibly turn you down now. Maybe like his family's influence? Your coordinates have been sent to your terminal. Don't let us down. Roger. Damn, see, Chrome being slick with that. Holy shit, he was actually able to outmaneuver Nikola in the discussion. Well played. The pure white world is stable and sweet. The world is no longer pale as once she regains consciousness. Realizes he's inside a building.
Surrounding walls are covered with neat and orderly knife scratches as if someone was counting something. Guess I can't move. As he tries to assess the damage to his body, his vision is filled with a black hole of a muzzle. I wouldn't move if I were you. Seeing as he didn't kill me while I was out, EP23 isn't part of the same organization as that gear thing. Maybe Hey, what the hell are you? Huh? You look like a human, but there ain't a single human thing about you. You're obviously a machine, but you ain't acting like those crazy fuckers who wandered around outside. Who are you and what you doing here? Choose your words carefully. Depending on your answer, you'll either be greeted with a bullet from my gun or a good morning kiss. I'm just a construct that came here by mistake. What the hell's a construct? Don't you know? It's a bit of a hassle to explain. In short, it's a humanoid robot made from tantalum copolymer with the help of human consciousness module. Alright, enough. So, they put a human brain in this tin can? I guess you could put it like that. Fuck. Ain't that some blasphemy? Do humans really want to run around on Earth like that? I've never seen any fellow like you before. Construct, eh? It's a mouthful. I'll just call you by your name. Name's Arnold. What's yours? Wanshi. Wanshi? Fuck, that ain't much better. Anyway, looks like you've seen better days. This place has been abandoned for quite some time. I ain't seen anyone alive here in ages. How'd you end up here? I don't remember. I don't even know what this place is. All I know is that the mission I was carrying out failed, so I was en route to the evac point. And then I just fell asleep. More like knocked the fuck out. Fell asleep my ass. You were on a mission, eh? Looking at your gear and nameplate, guessing you were a soldier. Don't want to tell me who you are? Not like it matters. I won't be going around running my mouth telling my life story to folks I just met neither. Sorry. Don't mention it. Soldiers are all the same. I get it. You were a soldier? I just know a dumbass war vet is all. Sounds like you two were close. Live long enough and you'll find yourself a few buddies. Same goes for you, right? You could say so. With wounds as bad as these, I can hear them yelling at me whenever I close my eyes. I ain't no grease monkey. I can sure as hell say it's a miracle you made it this far. If me and my buddy hadn't kept working on you while you were knocked out, who knows what you'd have woken up. We could only patch you up a bit. After all, I ain't ever seen this kind of tech before. Thanks. Why'd you help me? Because of a promise I made with a dumbass. Of course, I got my own reasons, but that's in the past. Anyway, you're safe for now. You hungry, Wanshi? Still got canned herring. Constructs can eat, but in theory we don't have to. Whew. Ain't that convenient? What's that? I think I'd have nightmares if I ate that. Kids these days. Tastes healthy and keeps you on your toes. To think I wanted to share it with you. Guess ain't easy to come by, you know. No, ain't like it was in the past. When I'd eat, I'd set up a table outside and ask my buddy to play my favorite bass tunes. I'd eat herring with crisp bread, potato and butter, listening to tunes and kicking up my feet in the evening breeze. No people making a ruckus and none of these buildings blocking my view of the sky. Moonlight stars shining all over me. Ain't nothing like that now. But thanks to those monsters, it ain't easy finding supplies, and I can't stay out too long. Wow, can't even imagine. That's normal. A lot of stuff you gotta see for yourself. Why is there always gotta be problems when I'm eating? What is it? Ain't nothing. Gotta go out for a sec. Really? At a time like this? You betcha. How else would an old man like me still be around? Well, guess I'll take this time to... There's a damage from the battle and the side effects from the temporary blockage now completely blocked my internal connection circuits. What a drag. I wonder if Troy's reached the evac point safely. Well, looks like there's nothing I can do right now. Guess I'll just kick up my feet for a while. I'm back. Miss me, kiddo? Oh, you're back. Today took longer than usual. I don't know why, but there are more of those damn monsters wandering around outside than ever before. They're wandering around like a herd of sheep. Could it be? Don't worry about it. I took care of them already. All the top actors used to do this. You don't say. You kiddos don't understand why women used to fall head over heels for this kind of thing. I wonder these monsters are acting so strange has got something to do with labeling you as some kind of fugitive. Yeah, I think this place is going to be crawling with danger here soon. You leave while you still can, Ono. Who the hell do you think I am? Think I could just leave you here in your condition and save my own hide? But you don't have to do it for a stranger. I don't care even if we just met. I ain't gonna do it. Do you know what it's like living in a prosperous and bleak metropolis? City folk turn a blind eye to those around them. That's how awful society was like during the Golden Age. People used to care about each other. You won't read about that in those data files of yours. Just like that in society, you can't be recording those files with just a few words or statistics. I've seen the kindness of humanity experience the indifference of society. Human society flourished for a time, but then they became indifferent to each other. I can't watch people survive in such indifference and selfishness. I ain't gonna join them, and I sure as hell ain't gonna be like them. But that don't mean I hate humanity. Quite the opposite, actually. Can't just give up on others, no matter who it is. Calling it escaping sounds nice, but it's really just weakness. I don't want to see this kind of weakness in humanity, so that's why I live here alone with my buddy. But I still can't sit by and ignore the lives of others. So see, just the two of us who are gonna get out of here alive. But I know you can't move in your condition. So how about this? I fix you up, and we get the hell out of Dodge. Huh? Don't underestimate this old timer. I used to be a doctor. That's how I managed to modify this old body of mine and keep it up and running for so long. I see. But it ain't easy operating alone. That's why I built my partner here to lend a hand. Well then, tell me what I need to know to get up in there and fix those nuts and bolts of yours. You can't just go in blind. I'm going to show you my handiwork. Like you said, time is of the essence. Let's get this over and done with. He's cool. Oh my god, how much story is there going to be? I only have one fight left. Are you serious? Makes you think how much is going to be in the hidden part. 3 centimeters to the left. Cut the artificial skin and open the upper mechanical cover. Is this it? Yep. This sure is some mighty fine craftsmanship. Well, it came at the cost of a lot of research and sacrifice. I guess. I see. Guess it ain't easy being a construct. Had no idea technology in the outside world would come this far. Huh? You don't know what's going on in the outside world? Don't know, don't care. I don't know how long it's been since I left society and started living by myself out here in no man's land. All I I remember is opening my hatch one day and the whole world had changed. See this land? See this hand? I amputated it when it got infected and started to fester. That's why it's modified the way it is now. Luckily, this pile of protective gear only came at the cost of a hand. Wow. Impressive. Of course. Who the hell do you think I am? Who hadn't heard of Arnold back then? Shit. Completely forgot. Thanks for reminding me, bud. It's alright. Enough about the past. Long abandoned everything I once had. As for the protective equipment, it ain't as powerful as you, little buddy. But this little guy had a scrap metal I picked up from the dump. It's just enough to keep me going. Me and my partner are like on an island cut off from the rest of the outside world. I see. Think I can borrow that buddy of yours, Arnold? Sure. What for? Try connecting it to my temple. Like this? Surrounding environment suddenly changes. Dingy underground room becomes a spacious white city. Bricks and stones that built the city and pour out of the ocean above. Pass through Arnold and washing that spiced into various buildings within the city. The architecture changes styles continuously. Instead, the city goes from magnificent European halls to modeled urban ruins, then to a blood-red dead zone. Well, I think this will give you a glimpse of the outside world. What's this? Is this what the city looks like now? Is that the ocean up there? Well, there's the data stream up there. Looks like the ocean is all. Or just looks like the ocean is all. Survey work is tedious, so I asked someone to modify the projection recording function. I can basically reproduce what I've seen for the data stream overhead. That sure is convenient. You can even see. Show me where people live now. Surrounding city folds in on itself, framed Babylonia. Well, the old cities are mostly destroyed by the war, so everyone basically lives in Babylonia. Babylonia? I thought it was only under development, not that it was already finished. Good thing you know about Babylonia. Saves me from having to explain it. That's amazing. Humans have ascended to the heavens. The heavens. I guess you could say so. In short, human beings live, develop, and proliferate in preparation to recapture Earth at every moment. The Oversight cities have devolved into battlefields. Constructs continue to charge corrupted fighting and dying in battle. Seems devastation appear around them. Is this really the world we live in? Why are we trying to recapture Earth? Why? I still don't know the answer to that question. You've thrown yourself into this war and you ain't got an answer? Is it because you're looking for one? No, I don't think so. Then why recapture this sick planet? Sick? You mean the punishing virus? No. The planet was sick long before that. Cities and societies of the past were all sick. Maybe the virus and the monsters are now that are now spreading outside are punishment for the diseased society at the Golden Age. While mankind enjoyed a prosperous life, it breeds a source of disease known as corruption and degeneration. Does humanity really need to return to this planet? Maybe we should focus on tomorrow instead of the hopeless things of the past. What's the point of sacrificing so much to recover Earth? I think it's so mankind can return to Earth one day. Do you want to return to Earth? Do you really want mankind to have another golden age? Right. Because in the end, that ambition did lead to the punishing virus. But again, I guess that's still kind of the issue, right? So like, did we reap what we sowed by trying to be too adventurous, too risky?
Because again, we don't know what the other circumstances were around the world yet, but we've seen how much this ambition has changed a lot of people so far, like regarding Cao Long, the Forsaken. But what about others as well, like the Forest Guards and Agdalek? What were they originally? Because it's kind of hard to tell, because again, it could just be like we try to go too far again and the Golden Age just ends because we had tried to fly too high towards the sun. Like the Icarus story. Honestly, I've had my doubts on the collective goals of mankind for some time now. Humanity's path to achieving their goals is paved in whitewashed lies. Yet we continue to work towards this goal. Just like before. Huh. I've never been determined to win at all costs like those around me. In the long war, a ray of hope shines above every construct. In order to win a meaning of victory, and they use their own flesh and blood to pave the dark road to humanity's ultimate goal. I've had countless dreams that humanity ended in tragic defeat. The flame had grown so weak that darkness finally came. After a brief struggle, this mode was finally extinguished. I've thought and tried, but now I realize that there's no effort to pale in comparison when faced with our current reality. I'm too exhausted to think about answers now. Isn't that perfect then? Use this time to abandon this raw nerve? Throw away all the troubles and thoughts, all the travesties of human history. Travel to the stars and begin a new era. I can't do that. Because I've had many dreams about another potential future. Eventually the surviving humans will bathe in the first light of dawn. In this dream there stands my comrades who have maintained conviction, as am I. My comrades look to each other with smiles and satisfaction. The civilization that humanity only spoke of once again becomes a reality. We finally return to Earth and save ourselves. Once confused, cowardly, and wavering, I feel an unprecedented emotion standing before such a world. I feel an overwhelming sense of triumph and elation. But that was just a dream. I also imagined that humans of the Golden Age will regain their faith that was once so close at heart. But dreams will eventually be broken. Humanity is doomed to repeat past mistakes time and time again. These will only be followed by new disease. You're right. We must all wake up from our dreams eventually. But in making our dreams come true, there's always something within my power. And if we stop here, are we not betraying our comrades? The same comrades who we have fought to achieve this dream? Same dream in which we share each other's smiles? Looks like you've got more moxie than I thought. Find something you can do yourself, eh? Nothing great or noble, but a way of life you can live in your own right. Yeah, this way of life might be a bit selfish, but I hurt a lot of people and constructs in the past because of what I've done. So what? Who cares? Everyone has their own way of living, you and me both. I was a loner during the Golden Age. When I came here to get far away from society, I knew the outside world would criticize me. Had I not left, I probably wouldn't even be here speaking with you. Ain't no one got the right to talk shit about a life of selfishness. In the end, it just depends on your... Arnold, you're... Ain't nothing to worry about. I'm used to it. Looks like one of my organs is on the fritz again. Once you're finished fixing me up, why don't I return the favor and see what's wrong? You know what the hell you're doing? I've had some training in first aid. Let me fix you first and we'll go from there. I see. I guess I can kind of see why also Wanchi would kind of be neutral towards the situation going on here. Like with these people as well, because again, it's like that selfishness is still kind of what humanity is about. Whether it be good or bad, it will still depend on the individual, but it is still a part of humanity. Sorry, need to drink some water and change my AirPod. Find anything, Captain? Negative. You? Negative. I've never seen those interceptor drones we ran into during our descent. Looks like they were deliberately trying to slow us down. Well, our mission is different this time. Dark object flies towards Chrome and Conway. Thankfully, the Strikehawk separated just in the nick of time. It's Troy from Ouroboros. As he's about to reach the target position, Conway swings his greatsword first to hit the building in front of him. Asshole. Impatient, are we? No matter. This won't take long then. Behind you, Conway. Dull crunch of metal from the impact Conway sent flying into the air. Right, he's about to collide with the protruding steel bars in distant ruins. A pale blue streak of lightning gallops across the ground. In a flash, the light grabs Conway and pulls him up along the wall with the steel bars. Thanks, Captain. So, looks like we found a culprit behind all of this. That's not a corrupted. Watch out, that's no ordinary enemy. I'm looking for the fool dressed in white. Do you know where he's hiding now? Nothing I can disclose currently. By the look at your nameplate, you must be from the same squad. If I kill you, that should draw him out of hiding. Give it your best shot. Captain, let me go. I'm gonna smash his face in. We just need to buy time so we can find Wanshi and retreat. Alright, got it. What a waste of time. Oh, come on. Seriously? That was like barely anything. Who knows how long? Ron was just about to finish maintenance on Wanshi. No room for error. Sweat drips from the sheet. Right at this moment, the sphere bot jumps up and projects a hollow map of the city for both of them to see. Are those your comrades? Yep. Guess those two idiots came looking for me. Because they're your comrades. Comrades. Alright, just gotta patch up one more thing. Not like you can refuse, can ya? Let's finish patching you up. It's been ages since I've had talked with another person. But this power is... Think of it as a gift for showing me the outside world. I don't let go of others nothing. I don't want that power going to waste. It's broken beyond repairs anyways. Why not give it all to you? Not to mention, we'll have a better chance of both of us getting out of this mess. I see. Alright, now it's my turn. Let's see what organ is damaged. There's more important shit to do than look after me. You saw the hollow map. Your comrades are in trouble. Let's go. Show me what kind of world we live in now. I've been hiding for too long, but I feel like going out there today. Alright. Oh sweet, I get the whole Strikehawk squad? Cool. Following the sound of a building collapsing in the distance, Arnold pats Wanshi on the shoulder. Get going. I'm gonna be right back, Arnold. Flashing metal on metal echoes throughout the empty city ruins. Blue, gold, and black figures are entangled in battle. She forces weapons colliding turns the surrounding gravel into dust.
Chrome and Kamui tried to distance themselves when they all saw close-range attacks from Gear, rolling out a barrage of bullets from his heavy machine gun. Following the barrage of bullets, Gear unleashed another flurry of close-range attacks. Chrome and Kamui grit their teeth as the enemy suppresses them with wave after wave of relentless attacks. This master is on a whole other level. But we can't be defeated this easily. Come on, let's keep going. Fools. Why can't you just embrace death and wait with us for the sage to return? Kamui and Chrome responded to a two-pronged attack. Great sword side flashing concern, only to be caught firmly with Gear's grasp. Babylonia couldn't have fallen this far, could they? Over here. Before Chrome can react, Gear grabs him by the shoulders and pulls him into a forceful knee to the abdomen. Vital fluid spews from Chrome's mouth. Right at that moment, a huge rock flies toward Gear. Extending its hand toward the approaching rock, it becomes a heavy machine gun that shreds the rock to pieces with a burst of gunfire. Are you okay? I can still move. Don't worry about me, Captain. My frame still needs to adjust to the adjustment. That thing can fight close range and at long distances? Looks like we got ourselves a dilemma. We're up against a tough enemy, but that doesn't change our objective. Yeah, you're right. We need to find that idiot we've been worrying so much about, then finish the mission together. Still holding onto unrealistic fantasies. A round of strafing forces Chrome and Kamui behind a section of the ruins. A few seconds later, the ruins they are hiding behind are smashed to pieces. His dark figure appears in front of Chrome and Kamui menacingly. Sound a rapid burst accompanied by sparks follow a series of blows exchanged between the three of them. Or when the blows from the Gear continues to press Chrome and Kamui, gradually tearing at their artificial skin. It's over. Right as Gear blocks Chrome's and Kamui's attempt at a counterattack, it declares victory against his defenseless opponents. But upon finishing the sentence, a silver flash appears above them and intercepts Gear's next attack. Captain, look! Isn't it the person we've been worried sick? Have you finally come out of hiding? I didn't think you'd still be operational after sustaining such heavy injuries. The cavalry's finally arrived. A grenade detonates, a large amount of mist and smoke fill the space. When it disappears, the strikeout trio is already standing on a building far away. Getting here was quite the pain in the... Anyway, I made it. It took you long enough. At least you're back. Vermin will always be vermin, regardless of how many there are. Do you really think that'll change? Captain, this mission is racking my overtime. I'm gonna need some time off when I get back. I'll consider it. What about me, Captain? Will you be staying put in the base? Fair enough. I don't care what you've done in the past, but now you appear before me and Dren knows I care. That means I've got you in my sights. Looks like you need to start trying a little harder. David's still living on Earth. With a steel body like that, you could easily do so many things far beyond the abilities of us ordinary folks. They continue to feel the emotional effects of battle, feel confusion and pain. They continue moving forward. Never abandon your comrades. Never abandon hope. They ain't different from us humans. Hell, they're even more human than us in some regards. Are you sure you want to stay here all by yourself? You come back, maybe the military can even provide you with shelter on my behalf. Oh shit, Hans knew him? Damn. You know that ain't gonna happen, dumbass. Get out of here. I don't want to stain your perfect image. Consider us even. I was a lone wolf during the Golden Age. I couldn't go back even if I wanted to. I witnessed the glory and corruption of this era and the scourge of society spread throughout the world. The brilliant and wise elite rule at the top while everyone else struggles in the dregs of society. You and I both know the slums all too well. That's why I've chosen to live the life of an outcast. Who would have thought an outcast like me would end up with this newfound sense of conviction? I hated the polarized and fragmented human society that corroded the will of humanity. I wanted to prove that ever wrong. Try my best to live isolated from the problems of the world around me. But now, they were just turned into me lingering on, forcing myself to survive. There I wanted to prove wrong has been washed away in the torrential current of time. Humanity's time to shine is over. Now's the time to begin anew. Constructs. I guess y'all are what humanity should be now. Earth. It really ain't worth all this damn nostalgia. We recapture Earth, then what? We build the mistakes and madness of the past era? We're just souls unable to find solace in our inability to free ourselves from the shackles of gravity. But if we leave the decisions to these construct fellas, maybe we can end this vicious cycle and guide Earth down a new path. Your attack's so futile. Kamui sidesteps Gear, revealing a barrage of bullets from Wanshi. Useless. He raises his other hand to deflect the bullets, only to find that its entire body's been rendered motionless. When did this... Faint blue projection and lightning dissipates. Chrome reaches out his hand for support against the wall and gasps for air. At this moment, even though Chrome is vulnerable to attack, he is unable to capitalize on the opportunity amidst the barrage of bullets aimed directly at its head. His only option is to fall back. Just as Chrome is about to collapse from overexerting himself, Kamui appears beside her and breaks his fall. I'll dispose of the weakest link first. As being forced back, he turns to strike Chrome. Fortunately, the blow was firmly stopped by Kamui, sending off to the side. First, the blow pushed Kamui back several steps. His military boots leave deep gashes in the ground. I won't let you break through my defense. You must be joking. Even the chariot. The chariot? Wait a minute. I heard this before, didn't I? It was in that, the Polaris Bond thing, right? Because I don't remember if it was, the members of that, new organization with that, nun person, or if it was, the Ascendants, but they were talking about Sherry too, weren't they? Take this! Kamui raises a great sword and slashes downward from high above his gear retreats. Gear shoulders the blow of debris, reaches out to grab Kamui through the cloud of dust. As Gear traverses the dust, it is met with a sight from beautiful lightning. One cannot catch St. Elmo's fire barehanded. Shooting a few steps, Gear manages to stabilize itself and catch the destructive impact of the scythe. As it tries to grab hold of Crow, it's interrupted by a barrage of bullets from the side. Gear tries to block the incoming barrage, but an ebony greatsword appears in front of it. Damn, no openings at all. Can't block this now, can you? Greatsword slices through the lightning and bullets straight for Gear's head. Final thud, the strike sends Gear flying across the street and into a building. Is that all you've got? Looks like we're back to where we started.
He looks around to discover the trio pushed it back to where Wanchi first made his retreat. It appears so. Back to where you wretched dogs ran away with your tails between your legs. How sad. You'll lose here again soon, but you won't escape this time. Is that so? Who's to say? Enough time wasted. I shall finish you off right here. Come on, man, do something. Oh, there we go. Okay, maybe does a bit too. There we go. There we go. Ah, shit. Okay. Did not have attacked at that moment. There we go. Nope. Oh shit, I missed. Damn it, I should have dodged the other way. Come on. Don't just stand there, do something. This dumbass is just making fun of me by doing nothing. Ooh, there we go. Better. Oh my god. Damn it. Oh, you're trying to escape this asshole. Hey, are you running already? Who was the one barking don't run earlier on? Come on, don't go. Sure. It's over. Wanchi stares at the enemy before him. Time seemed to stop momentarily. They're so quiet, all he can hear is his own breath and Gyu's footsteps. 1, 2, 3. Wanchi counts quietly to himself. Acquiring data, calculating direction, adjusting angle. Wanchi did everything Kamui had encountered over Strikehawk's encrypted channel. He must avenge Troy, fulfill Arnold's wish, and fight for his comrades. More importantly, he must uphold his oath. In this solemn era, mankind has made countless sacrifices so that they can return to Earth. His goal is not in line with his own. He's known that for quite some time. However, in order to protect those he cares about from sacrificing themselves for this goal, Wanchi's course of action has long been set in stone. The best he can do right now is to help his comrades and shoot the enemies down, not letting the fallen down, becoming an unyielding flag on the battlefield. It's over. The combined forces of the Strikehawk trio, the threat from Gear, had finally been neutralized. Wanchi is like the linchpin of the Strikehawk's attack, perfectly complementing Chrome and Kamui's shortcomings. Those attacks aren't fatal, they're always there precisely when they're needed most. Gear was on the defensive, it had forgotten it was fighting 3 people. Strikehawk's flawless teamwork had formed into a singular impenetrable wall of attack. His attack had been decimated, his defenses had been stripped away. Don't let up! Wanchi fires a silver orb of light straight at Gear. The orb took aside from viewing the orb of light with blue electricity. It's calculated the orb struck Gear's head where it had been weakened by Kamui's greatsword. It appears I underestimated you. Well, this show was quite the train wreck. You could say that again. Well, at least it's over. Yeah. Now we just need to get our hands on the target and we can call it a day. As the trio, faint light shines upon them among the lights of the surrounding buildings. To obtain the file, Wanchi returns to where he had left Arnold. When he
approaches, he discovers the arm is missing. Said all that remains is the sphere bomb, a can of herring. Goodbye, human of the new era. Maybe it's just me, but you're more human than anyone I've ever met in the cities of the Golden Age. Because you have the passion they don't. You have a heart. Don't worry about me. I'm just a human from a bygone era. Those of us who still remain should be scattered in the wind and buried in the dirt along with the times. In the past we were cold, weak, and fragile. We were a fraction of what you've become. Far more real than anything we were. You can explore space or take back Earth for yourselves. Doesn't matter. It's time for you to start an era that belongs to the constructs. Take the can I left you as a token of from an old soul wandering adrift. After all, I gotta shake things up a bit, right? Well then, see you around, kiddo. Does this mean I still owe you? Hey, Wachi, let's head back. Coming. The Babylonian transport craft flies in the night sky with a trail of blue flame. The once war-torn city of the post-pandemic age finally returns to tranquil silence. As it disappears, two figures appear. They defeated Chariot. No matter. The file we need has been backed up and sent to the organization. Its memory shall remember the mission right before it went offline. It sure is callous of you to say. My comment died right before your eyes. Leaving rusted gears will only affect the organization's operation. Timely death is the best course of action. Oh no, this is! Yeah. This is the thing from Polaris Bond. Yes, I knew it. So it was for me. Alright, fair enough. But you finished cleaning up Chariot. Now's the time to make our presence known to Babylonia. Of course. Alas, erasing knowledge of Chariot from a powerful enemy such as Strikeoff is a considerable effort. When I get back, upgrade my data circuit to Lay's model as a reward. I'll pass the word along. Let's go look for Sage. Still a lot of preparation for the ceremony before it returns. Alright. Hey, slow down. Wait for me. They have finally a callback. Well, then again, I guess I did play it too early. Damn it. But still, whatever happened to the thing with Selena? I'm so confused. Why does it just end there? I mean, maybe it'll continue the hidden chapter. You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna continue with the hidden chapter. I want to know how it ends. Hopefully there's not too much left. Oh, good. Okay. Wait, what? Wait, is this different? I am so confused. I thought this would be back to the everything. Ah, fuck it. I'll just do it. Pale blue breathing light pulsates overhead as per regulation. River Goose 7 reporting in. T-minus 10 minutes until arrival. The confines of the transport craft afford little recreation. No snacks, no chewing the breeze while waiting landfall, no one laughing or smiling as they disembark to meet the enemy's fire. All that the crew can do is remain in their seats, ensure the equipment and weapons are operational, and review mission details in preparation for immediate engagement upon landing the surface. Crew needs to be ready at all times for immediate evacuation, of making a forced landing. A common place in the war is the corrupted. After all, machines aren't different from humans. Their attack patterns seem illogical and confounding. Battle intel has been uploaded to your terminals. War waits for no one. That's why we dispatch multiple elite squads. For many of you, this will be your first time conducting a large-scale operation. There may be pressure, but this is a great honor. All you proved your ability on previous independent missions. Exceptional combat capability is bound to be important, but what is needed in this battle is to command the overall situation without fail. Therefore, we specially arranged the Commandant as the Chief Commander of this campaign. The Chief Commander has led her team to the surface to clear the way for auxiliary teams. This battle will demonstrate the effectiveness of coordinated tactics between commandants and constructs, significantly increasing recognition in this era of retaliation. Hope you'll keep this in mind and not fail.
By the way, President Hassan specifically told me to remind everyone, you are still in the early days of team building. Many people are watching. Make us proud. But this will also be the first time Grey Raven will be participating in a large-scale operation. Do your best. Oh, okay. Wow. What a long face. I'm just thinking about the mission. Looks like rumors of your vigilance are correct. Rumors? Don't worry, it's nothing negative. What about them? They're syncing up with their new frames. Initialization should be complete before we make landfall. Actually, new isn't actually apropos. After all, one has been used previously and the other is a prototype. In this definition, they aren't exactly new. Choosing your words wisely as always, I see. Say the jokes. I was being serious. Really? You reminded me of a certain detestable woman. Probably Vera. Anyway, is that the mission briefing you're holding? Why? Looks like commandants receive about as much intel as us constructs. No matter. Seems like they're keeping a tight seal on intel. You don't even want to divulge any more clues regarding the target city to those involved. We just have to follow orders. You're right. Just like in Kurna. Lucia, reporting for duty. Pardon to wait, everyone. No matter. Your arrival is within my estimates. How's the frame? Performing as anticipated. In fact, Dawn seems more optimized than Lotus. Is this the new technology for the Science Council? The prototype's operating at a 40% higher power output than the original. I see. Joints are constructed out of composite material. It's used for modifying the weapons. Lee? Damn. However, it appears that a lot of technology is still under early development. You must be running a field test to collect the data for further enhancements. And I'll perform my duties to obtain the most accurate data. Can't wait to see you in action. Me too. I look forward to the day when Dawn is complete and I pilot it for the first time. Everything's fine. I used this frame before, so there aren't any issues with synchronization. Why didn't you stop using it after joining Grey Raven? Everyone brace for impact. Copy. About time. Let's treasure the opportunity to fight together. Grey Raven, prepare for departure. Stand at the landing zone and watch the transport craft take off. An FOB erected by the Vanguard forces, numerous teams are moving about the base, strengthening fortification and adjusting comm lines. Quarter remains piled outside the base allude to a small conflict while the base was being erected. Tall construct is storing debris on either side of the street to clear a passageway. Corrupted. Hold up. The base's defenses are sufficient enough to fight off a few corrupted wandering outside the city. Actually, a horde of corrupted are making their way to the city center. That's our target for this mission. Let's report for duty first. Right. The temp HQ should be over there. Someone's sure got a strange taste. Don't assume, Lee. Maybe they serve a special purpose? Perhaps. Alright, go report for duty. I'm gonna scout the surrounding area. Alright, we'll leave the reconnaissance to you then. Liv, what's going on? Oh, it's nothing. Let's go report in. HQ's interior is far more spacious than expected. Grey Raven reporting for duty. Grey Raven? Oh, those Grey Ravens. Looks like you really are on the roster for this mission. It's been a while, Xanthos. You know each other, Commander? It's you. Should I be honored that you remember me?
What do you mean? Nothing. I was just remembering a few things during our time at FOS.
Ah, another person for the academy. Right. Because there was that one guy when we were back trying to help the ARU, the Forest Guard. When the whole thing with damn it, you know that the other project that the ARU were trying to do that was like almost the same as like the whole Washu thing. I don't remember what the name was.
I think. Let me reintroduce myself. My name is Vanessa, Commander of Egrid and Chief Commander of this operation. Regardless of your past accolades, Commandant, you better follow my orders as the Chief Commander. Egrid, isn't that... Yes, the team Liv used to be a part of. Vanessa, seems you're still using the frame I had recalibrated for you. Why appear before me as Lux? Miss me that much? That's not the reason. Didn't I teach you to keep your mouth shut? Santos, the constructs on your team aren't all this insubordinate, are they?
Chief, discuss the mission at hand.
I don't know why, but I sure get a kick out of hearing the commander call me that.
Focus on the mission, please.
I see you're still as boring as always. Regardless, shouldn't a doll be punished for disobeying their master?
They're my comrades. There's no such thing as a master.
Comrades, you really haven't changed a bit. But if that's how you view them, I have no interest in getting involved. After all, they're your playthings anyway.
Constructs aren't playthings built to serve.
Comrades to you, toys to me. Family to him, tools to her. It's irrelevant. Each team interacts differently. At any rate, the powers that be only care about completing the mission. But there's still one thing I'd like to say. Don't worry. You can cut the act. You can kick them to the curb whenever you've had your fun. Even the most beautiful of toys is worthless if it refuses to listen. Compared to such an exquisite dollhouse, they belong in the dump, do they not? Chief, please focus on the mission. Why let go so easily? Hold on a little longer if you'd like. After all, it give others a chance to see another side of you, Chief. Chief, Grey Raven awaits your orders. Did I give you permission to interrupt? Apologies for interrupting you, but the corrupted threat still hasn't been alleviated. We must focus our efforts on the mission. Neglecting one's duty may be detrimental to the success of a mission. If the high-ups want to point fingers, you'll be shouldering the blame as Chief Commander. Grey Ravens, breach 35th and 42nd Street in Zone B. There are far more corrupted concentrated in this area than the surroundings, but I'm sure it won't be an issue for your team. Right, Chief? Understood. Good. Don't disappoint me, Grey Ravens.
Grey Ravens, move out. As the Grey Ravens depart, the other teams originally gathered outside the headquarters return to their respective posts. Vanessa types on a screen as she watches the Grey Ravens leave.
Santos, how long do you think you can live in this, or live out this naive fantasy of yours?
His blue figure passes through the dilapidated buildings. He advances, each corrupt on his way, without exception, shot precisely through their memory shells by him.
Lee, you're moving too fast. Companion and Liv don't have the same mobility as attacker constructs.
Don't overdo yourself if you can't keep up.
But if you run into trouble, we won't be able to provide you with support.
Lucia, haven't you noticed that we're making faster progress than our previous missions? This isn't the first time the two of us attacker constructs are in each other's way on a mission together. I'm merely stating the facts. I have no malicious intent.
By the time you guys had reported in, I'd already finished gathering intel on the enemy here on the streets. One attack of construct was all it took to wipe out the corrupted around here. Still a lot we don't know about the city. Assume echelon formation and alternate as point man. This can conserve energy consumption for each member. But, no buts. You haven't thought of a better solution, have you? So I'll be the first to take a point. Damn, Lee being cold. But then again, I guess this is kind of when the team had first formed, so we hadn't really bonded since then. Lee, I've lost Lee's signal. Prioritize clearing out enemies along the way to Lee's position. Everyone arrives at Lee's last known location, but Lee's still missing. Lee? Over here. Wait, I'll get you out of there. It's an EMP trap. Ground forces use these against corrupted. But they were later banned due to their inefficiency. Exactly. Traps don't kill the enemy. Instead, the corrupted can just overwhelm them with sheer numbers. Humanity's defenses are now hindering their own attack. How foolish. Commandant, we've overstayed our welcome. Or the corrupted are advancing our position. Go on. I can handle myself. I can't move my frame, but they won't break it so easily. What do you think, Liv? Evacuating is our best option. Minimizing losses would be more beneficial overall. This is the secret to Egbert's repeated victories. Or the Grey Ravens. Commander, what are you doing? Doing my job. Got it. Lucia nods to raise her katana and prepares for battle. Lucia? We're the Grey Ravens. Do as you see fit. What's the holdup? According to my calculations, Corruptor will arrive in 30 seconds. Fixing the rope, you reach into the pit. Unlike Lucia, touching the edge has no effect on you. Seems like it's ineffective against humans. What are you doing? As you reach the bottom, you hear the clanging of a katana and buzzing electricity overhead. Looks like they engaged the enemy. And then you help Lee up and fasten him into the back with the rope. Why are you being so foolish and reckless? You're in no condition to help yourself. Laugh it up. No need to act like you're concerned. I've seen enough as is. Looks like this trap can also temporarily short-circuit constructs. Good thing I was the first one into the pit and not a corrupted. Otherwise, you'd have been in trouble, Lee. But now everyone's in danger because of me. We've already made up our minds. There'll always come a time when you need someone's help. Just like I said earlier, you should give it a try. When I get back, the first thing I'm doing is give this frame EMP resistance. Alright. Climbing out of the pit with Lee on your back, you see Lucia with her katana standing among corrupted remains. While cording on her leg, she has signs of arduous fight, defending this position. Liv was sitting on the ground, struggling to catch her breath. Avery and Lovey guns lay motionless on the ground. Commandant, Lee. Thank goodness you're both alright. Good thing we made it back. What a weird Commander. Lee, why's your face turning red? Huh? Nothing. The frame's heat dispersal is malfunctioning. Don't worry about it. Malfunctioning heat dissipation may cause issues down the line. Liv, help out, Lee. That won't be necessary. But... Sword / Lucia smashes through the rooftop door and rushes onto the roof with her katana at her head. No enemies acquired. Area secure. Confirming there are no corruptor on the roof, Lucia turns and nods to the other Grey Ravens in the corridor.
This building overlooks Zone B.
They've scanned the area for enemies.
Roger.
I'll get ready.
He walks over and squats along the edge of the roof. It's our four mechanical devices from his arms and fixes them onto the edge. You see a sheaves a katana that walks over to you. Apologies, Commandant.
Why are you apologizing?
Whether it be for acting on my own accord at HQ or failing to make the right call just now, I feel my duty as captain. I always have to rely on you to come save the day, Commandant. As Captain of the Great Ravens, I should be able to lighten your burden. It's my duty as the captain.
No, you've only imposed that upon yourself.
I don't get it.
What matters most is that we fight for a common goal.
Sounds like a form of consequentialism.
While fighting for this goal, there are certainly things only you are capable of doing, you see.
No,
Don't just focus on your mistakes. You should also learn to accept your strengths.
my strengths?
Like your decisiveness back at HQ. You really got us out of a pinch.
Well, if you say so. Scan complete, everyone.
Let's go.
Right. The mission comes first.
According to the scan, corrupted are gathered in the factory on 39th Street.
In this situation, I'm afraid it's unrealistic to proceed directly with destroying the factory. So... Understood. Lee and I will split up to cover 35th and 42nd Street. Liv, stay here with the commander and provide long-range support.
Huh? But before, didn't you...
There are numerous factors we need to account for on the battlefield when devising an attack plan. I think your assessment is right, Lee. Liv doesn't excel in close-quarter combat. Not to mention she exhausted her levy gun while rescuing you from the pit. She should come around with the commander at her side. Sorry for slowing everyone down. No matter. It's equally important to own up to your strengths and weaknesses. Everyone.
Well, it's decided then. I left repelling gear and basic protective devices for the three of you on the roof. Use them as needed.
Lee.
Cut the chit-chat and get to work to prevent any further delay.
Understood. Forthcoming as ever, Lee.
Yeah, kinda cute.
Cute? Perhaps. Wonder if I can be like me someday.
Just be yourself. Don't force yourself to be like someone else.
Okay. I'm going to. Liv, Commander, be careful.
Alright, keep going. We're on the 42nd, moving toward the 35th Street now.
Wow, that's fast.
Better make this quick. So almost going too well. The data terminal. Looks like it's still functional. Good. I can get more info about the city from outside. Hope the internal terminal can tell me more about it. Let me see what's so special about this city. Strange way of encryption. Still, not much for me.
Lee, I'm staying in the same place for too long. Corrupted nearby are coming at you.
God damn it. I almost finished.
Liv,
We'll hold it back.
understood. Preparing range support. Mia, you're alright?
It's okay. Found a way to decipher it. I need some time.
Liv, Commander, please cover us from the rooftop. Stay put, Lee. I'll take a detour and help you. According to Liv's scan, I can reach Lee via this router. This prototype. I'm still familiar with it, but it shouldn't impact my movement. meet up with me first.
私の剣の炎は全ての障害を焼き尽くします。容赦しませんよ。私の剣の炎は容赦しませんよ。
God damn it, that's the wrong way.
容赦しませんよ。
Come on. Good.
私の剣の炎は全ての障害を焼き尽くします。
Sorry I'm late. That's alright. Suppose I managed to crack the decryption. What's this? What? Let's fall back into getting rid of these enemies. I got something to show command them. Yeah.
グレンで全て集結させる。
That's okay. Where'd it go?
私の剣
Back.
グレンで全て集結させる。グレンで全て集結させる。
Good.
戦闘終了。お次の戦闘は何ですか？
Commander, looks like we found something. He and Lucy are on their way back to our position. Understood. Good thing you're here, Commander. I couldn't have done this without you. You've already done great. Thanks for the encouragement, Commander. Vanessa assigned us a difficult mission, but I'm glad everything went according to plan. Yeah, if everything keeps going so smoothly. Shit. Yeah, my big mouth. Huh? A buzz of explosion erupts near the base of the building. The explosion, you and Liv notice that the roof is now a clear slit. Liv, Commander, what's going on over there? It's a jitter bomb. A jitter bomb. Looks like it's too late. They were originally used for industrial blasting, but they were modified for use in the war. The army added encryption camouflage to them, so they typically don't appear on scans. Our operation seems to have alerted Corrupted, but they must accidentally triggered a jitterbug or converger in this location. Commander? Leave grabs onto a guardrail and reaches out to you. Struggle to grab her hand, made even more cumbersome by a third explosion. Roll off the side of the building. And shows a blank as you're overcome by the feeling of weaknesses. Among all the equipment falling around you, catch a glimpse of a repelling gear Lee had already installed for you. Nice. Blistering pain from your hands fills your mind. Body urges you to let go, but your spear compels you to grip even tighter. See Liv on the roof forcefully pulling up the rope, but you're falling too fast to notice any immediate reduction in speed. On the ground level, Lucy and Lee rush over to the building where you and Liv are located. Hurry, pick up the pace. When you're faster than usual, but everything seems futile in the face of such a dire sudden situation. Such a rapid pace has pushed the frame to its limit, causing the frame's cooling system to roar violently as they overloaded by a high temperature. Sees a chain reaction from overheating caused Lucia's frame to emit electric sparks violently. Is Dawn at its limit? The commander will die falling to the ground at this speed. Get moving! However, the collapsed frame remains irresponsive to Lucia. The cooling system is used to operating at such a high frequency, but the legs of overheating are now inoperable. Well then. Despite Lucia's right arm showing signs of being dislocated from the throw, her katana hurls directly toward the commander. Finally collides with the rope in hand, firmly embedding it into the wall. The impact stopping your fall just 2 meters off the ground. Close one. This help you climb out a huge crater. Thanks to Lucia's cooling system, her legs regain a degree of mobility. He helps her limp back and regroup both of you. Commander, your hands. Don't worry, I still have a feeling of them. I'm sorry I let this happen to you. I'm sorry. Had it not zoned out, I probably could have pulled the commandant up.
Too many variables on the battlefield.
If I'd gone here earlier.
No one should blame themselves. We're all alive, aren't we?
There shouldn't be any risk of corruption.
Thanks.
Don't thank me. I didn't do my job.
Leave the rest of this operation to us, Liv. Take the commander back to base for recovery. The commander will be a burden otherwise.
Lee.
I'm just stating the facts. You helped out considerably. The commander can hardly even shoot. If the wounds go untreated, that may cause even more trouble down the line. You worried about me? Not at all. Liv, return to base once you finish giving the commandant first aid.
Alright, Commandant?
I refuse. Lee, why you stepped foot on the battlefield? What sort of nonsense is this? You can't answer a question with another question. In order to restore Earth as quickly as possible.
Sounds about right for you, Lee.
Restore Earth for who? Someone important? Yes. I'll take it. Why bring this up? Everyone has their own reason for stepping foot on the battlefield. You do? So do I. Our conviction to endure has us outrun death time and again. We're constructs. You're human. We're inherently different. The moment anyone steps onto the battlefield, constructs and humans are one and the same. We all exist under one name. That's warriors. Warriors belong on the battlefield. Even so, you die, all of this will be in vain. Well, I never had a death wish. I see. Exactly. Alright, sure. If anything happens again, I'll have Lynn send you back to the rear. You won't be able to convince me otherwise. I'll go check the area for any remaining jitterbugs. Everyone stay put. Great job back there.
Thank you, Commandant. I've already recorded the limits and shortcomings of this fray. I'll organize it when I get back and submit it for improvements. But I finally understand what it means to be a captain.
Do your thing, Lucia.
Understood.
Zone C first to 13th Street, 32% clear. Zone A 57 is 65th Street, 45% clear.
Zone A 20th to 34th Street, 29% clear.
Zone B 35th to 42nd Street, 17% clear.
Zone D 1st to 45th Street, 83% clear. Pathetic. That's all we got on our first day of battle. Teams that are lagging behind will need to crank it up a notch.
Finish reporting in? Yep. Come take a look at this. What's this? I deciphered it from the terminal in the city today. The document explains why outsiders can't find any information on the city. Because this was an evacuation point for one of the Acadia operations. Which one? I can't recover any specific data, so I can't say for sure which one. Based on the results, the evacuation operation failed and corrupted occupied the entire city. Resources, materials, and manpower reserves, all of which were buried in the city, were besieged. In the present era, it looks like others have even gone through and erased records. Only until recently we've been able to return to this city, but everything was left in disarray. Record fragments are as exactly as Lee describes. Vague words recorded at the beginning of the retreat, the sudden attack for the corrupted, and last words of humans that chose to stay within the city. To read the file, he makes it disappear. Alright, you had the story that you finished reading it. After all, the powers that be don't want anyone else finding any clues about the city. Lucia, take watch up top. I'll continue to patrol the streets down below. Rest up, Commandant.
Commandant? Are you taking a break?
I just sat down.
Are your hands feeling any better?
A bit better.
Good to know.
How do you feel?
I feel a lot better. I fully regained control of my levy gun.
I wasn't asking about your frame. I was talking about being in the Grey Ravens.
I think there's a huge difference between the Grey Ravens and Egret.
I've heard stories of Vanessa's tactics.
I'm not talking about tactics, I mean dynamic. I'm sure everyone else has only ever heard of Egret's successes. Vanessa single-handedly kept all issues with the team's dynamic from ever seeing the light of day.
So, is that why Vanessa was so confrontational with you?
Yeah. I think she believes that my joining Grey Raven is an act of defiance to her authority.
Sorry for everything you've been through.
You're a lot different than Vanessa. With our time together, I gradually come to realize why Lucia was so persistent in the training room.
Persistent?
You don't know, Commandant? I've said too much. Never mind. It's no big deal. Maybe Lucia will tell you when the time is right.
Got it.
That's what makes you so special, Xanthos.
How so?
Well, I think it's the respect and trust you give constructs. You never push anyone to talk about or do something they don't want to. Every construct at your side has freedom and the right to choose. We can all do as we please. Not just weapons and tools.
Are you really that different?
Of course. But your unpredictability still makes us worried. I hope you'll pay more attention to yourself next time. Don't be so careless.
I will.
As for Lee, even though he isn't great at expressing himself, he worries about others to the point of being overbearing. As for Lucia, her judgment may be clouded on occasion, but she still presses onward. Overall, I think every member of the Grey Ravens is truly wonderful.
Thanks.
Commandant?
How am I overbearing and unable to express myself?
Lee, why don't you go in?
It's nothing.
Really?
Lucia,
What is it?
I found some things while patrolling the streets. I need you to come retrieve it with me.
Understood.
Thanks. It won't take long. But as to others, Lee looks back at the door at the rest point before leaving. No one notices that Lee's eyebrows, which have been firmly knit since the start of the mission, finally relaxed for a moment.
Lucia? Lee? Where'd you two go? I had to help Lee get something. He already knew where it was, but then Lee suddenly disappeared. Did Lee run into any danger? No, I realized Lee was just pacing around in circles.
Huh. The city all looks the same. It's too easy to get lost.
Lee, is your navigation module?
Alright. Not everyone's here, let's continue with the mission.
This is nice for me to see, because it's like, I always wanted to see, like, how we were at the start. And I was thinking we were never really going to have that, so it was like, we needed a flashback to something, because, like, maybe someone tampered with our mind beacons or something, but nope, we're actually doing it. But I wonder why there is significance to it right now. Lucia, another enemy at your 3 o'clock.
Understood. Seeing the jitter bomb, Lucia quickly withdraws behind cover. After a surprise, there's no explosion. What happened? I overloaded it. If the threat exposes itself, I won't let it remain a threat to us. I won't allow myself to make the same mistake twice. Thanks. Don't let your guard down. When as Lucy hears the message on the comms, a bullet from Lee fires past her and takes out the corrupted rushing towards her. However, due to the distance, the bullet fails to pierce the corrupted's protective casing. Sees the opportunity. Lucy flips her katana and stabs the corrupted in the head. I've eliminated all the nearby corrupted. Same here. Clear up the remaining corrupted in the center of 38th Street live. Roger. Control secured for 13 seconds. I'll leave the rest up to you all. Alright, Commandant, it's our turn. Commandant, are your hands really okay? Don't worry. Our instructor taught us how to handle a situation like this. Okay. In the distance, Lucy waves her left hand, giving the attack command. He charges out from within the shadows of a nearby building. Climb over the barricade and quickly charge toward the horde of corrupted. Lucy and Lee advance down the street and corrupted fall before their bleeding gun one after another. You advance, the corrupted blocks your way forward. And the muzzle of your gun between its eyes and pull the trigger. Falls to the ground heavy thud. Commander, on your left. If you don't live suppressing the enemy's movement, that does not mean their attacks are any weaker. To their left, barely managing to parry the corrupted's incoming attack. Bullet flies past you, putting an end to the corrupted setting before you. Get your head in the game. You too. I want to maintain stability with the gun. You subconsciously use too much strength in your hands, causing blood to slowly seep from your bandages. Commandant. Oops, you caught me. With the collective efforts of the Grey Ravens, the horde of corrupted on the street has finally been cleared. He suddenly appears next to you. Got your hand despite your intention keeping them behind your back out of view. Don't move. I need to give you emergency medical care. What's wrong, Commandant? I'm all good, no worries. Whatever. Shall we take a break before moving on? Let's keep moving. Factories are bad. The threat will only get worse if we wait any longer. Need to cut them off at the source ASAP. Understood. Agreed. Let's proceed as the command is directed. Good boy, okay. Oh, come on! Oh, not this guy again. Had enough of him at the mansion. Is that the factory over there? It's the same as where we just been through. That's why I said the city planning here was horrible. He seems to still be bitter about getting left. Ahem. Let's hurry up and clear away to the factory. This is... What's wrong? Should be able to use it with some adjustment. Ooh, bitch.
僕が計算した弾道から逃げられるものなどいません。
ルシア、出撃します。
Oh. Hey, I'm trying to dodge. Oh, okay. This is just taking. Sentry gun. Oh my god. Oh great, it's another dodge thing. Terrific. Like I thought this could be useful. Commander, I'll leave it to you to make the call. Oh. Hey, I'm trying to get out. Oh, I'm trying to shoot behind me. Stop it! There we go. Why is this so hard? I hate that won't let me dodge, but again, I guess it's because like we're just starting out. Nope. Nope. Oh, that one eliminated all of them, but this one didn't. Are you serious? Oh, damn it.
大丈夫です
Ah, damn it, I can't actually dodge. God damn, are you serious? Oh, now I can dodge. Really? Should have been allowed too early. I should have messed
大
up.
丈夫です
There we go. Ah, damn it. Wasn't close enough.
容赦しませんよグレンで全てを集結させる
Oh, shit. I should.
大丈夫です私の剣
ご命令
First thing. Team moving forward.
戦闘終了お次の戦闘は何ですか
Grey Ravens gradually approach the factory on 39th Street. As the team presses onward, more and more corrupted begin to appear before you. Lucy takes the lead in cutting off the corrupted. However, several corrupted use this opportunity to attack her. Seeing the oncoming attack, Lucia leaps into the air and slices down through the approaching corrupted. The failure of their attack, Lee's gunfire penetrates their memory shells, giving them no further opportunity to attack. Lee, 5 corrupted are crawling on the ceiling at 10 o'clock. All clear. Lee, behind you. Lee dodges the incoming attack of a corrupted arm severed by Lucia. Lucky you're able to deflect it before it hits Liv. He's engaged in combat analysis behind you. Are you laughing, Commandant? Yeah. What are you so happy about? Just seems like we're beginning to act like a team. Enough of that. Blades and bullets fly in the factory as corrupted debris piles up behind. As if aware of the incoming threat, the factory's assembly line begins to rapidly increase corrupted production. Newly manufactured horde of corrupted pours out like a flood of steel from the assembly line, destroying everything in their way. Stop them from spreading to other areas. For the Grey Ravens, the corrupted quickly reduce in number as they surge in other directions. There's too many. They keep growing in number. What was that? Long-range support? Shortly after, another white column of light descends from the sky, swallowing up all the operating machinery in front of the factory in a violent explosion. This landing point. No, this can't be. Commandant, everyone. This is... Sorry, Commandant. I saw the operation without permission. Do what you believe is right. Got it. The pink force field slowly begins to slowly expand, developing each member of the Grey Ravens. Shortly after, the third beam of white light descends upon their position and ripples outward. The team attempts to leave the blast area, but a fourth, fifth, or countless beams of white light pass overhead, blocking any further progress. Mysterious cold breeze blows into the neck of your damaged exoskeleton. A cold tingling sensation travels to your brain along with the nervous system, awakening your dormant consciousness. Who's calling me? I'm here. Don't move. We're getting you out. Lee. Lee, looks like there's a support to the left at the Commandant. Let's start from there. Lucia. Commandant, we found you. Not my day, is it? Alright. Liv could have done a better job, but it should suffice for the time being. Exoskeleton sure came in handy. Thanks. Thank goodness. Sorry for making you all worried. It's fine. Just like you said. At least we're all alive. Remember her being right in front of me. We haven't found her yet. I'm upgrading the computing power to my SAR's module. Well, let's get moving. She may be trapped in the wreckage just like I was. Got it. It's only a bullet hits the ground beside your foot, drawing everyone's attention.
Teasel, put your weapon down. So, you were behind all those explosions. Honestly, that's something Liv could sense it. What? Correct. An attack of this magnitude took a considerable amount of preparation. It shouldn't have been used here, but because of your mistakes, I had no choice but to use my precious orbital bombardment. You should thank me. After all, I cleaned up your mess before you could cause any irreparable damage. First, you don't thank me. Now the three of you are looking at me with disgust. Despicable. Diesel, Bombinata, stand in front of me so I don't have to see their repulsiveness. You can't find Liv because of your attack. So what? Even if all you died in that explosion, so what? Sacrificing one squad to win the battle. Isn't that worth it? What do you say, Teasel? Good. Do you know why I hit you? Nothing seems to get through that handsome face of yours. Bombinata, tell Teasel. Number 1, Master's questions must be answered immediately. 2, Master is always right. You hesitate, Teasel. Apologies. I'll be more attentive. Very well. No comrade should be sacrificed so carelessly. How cute of you to say that, Chief. What made you become like this? The punishing virus. Oh right. As your former classmate, I have a small suggestion. Resign as a command and lead the front line and never return. The battlefield isn't simple or suitable for naive fools like you. Deception, exploitation, abandonment. These are the laws of victory on the battlefield. Stay in Babylonia. Work as liaison officer or logistics personnel for Egret. You can also use Egret's resources that used to belong to Liv before we kicked her. Liv was as naive as you, so she was thrown away like an old doll. Enough! The main roads connecting the target city with the surrounding area have been blocked by electrified wire meshes. This is taking longer than anticipated. Are you sure that you're working to the best of your ability? Forget it. I'll follow up on your shortcomings once the mission is complete. Now that the surrounding areas have been cleared of corrupted, sealing off the main roads have temporarily closed the city off from the outside world. Status report. You still require another 5 minutes to disarm the city's protective barrier. As an additional UAV, you have 3 minutes. In 3 minutes, the city will have a temporary power outage. If we don't seize this opportunity to finish the battle, this will come at a greater cost than anticipated. You cannot complete the mission in a timely manner, you know what the consequences are. Looks like the engineering force is going to be busy. Oh well, reconstruction work doesn't concern me. Vanessa chuckles as the third round of attacks is launched from various firing points right down the periphery of the city. This will sweep across the city, greatly reducing the corrupted forces. Master, why was the third attack launched ahead of schedule? Some of the construct forces couldn't evacuate in time. They didn't need to evacuate. They were tasked with luring enemies to the designated areas. Your naivety reminds me as a former classmate. What a fool. Had they not been sacrificed, the corrupted would have continued to run rampant and attack even more constructs. Is that what you want to see? This will result in our defeat. Are you so naive as to think that you could shoulder the price of failure? But sacrifice a few constructs in exchange for the safety of many more people is a cost-efficient exchange of resources. Our operations will save far more people. You should be happy about this. Are you not? Seeing as how you made me laugh, I'll forgive you just this once. Understood, Master. Well, Teasel, it's your time to shine. Don't scuff up the new coating I gave you. Since the operation eliminated the corrupted throughout the city with such little collateral damage, I graded a highly praised squad by the military. Orliv did not make an appearance during the commendation ceremony. Zev knew that this was not the outcome she had anticipated. However, Babylonia cared not. People only cared about the righteousness of victory. No names are recorded in this righteousness, or an ever-increasing casualty number. Because the soldier's duty toward righteousness made Liv realize there was no room for naivety, let alone doubt. In order to give herself some solace, Liv goes to the training room as usual to temporarily distract herself for a round of intense training. But upon arriving at the training room, Liv discovers that it's already occupied. Think you could take us on, Lucia? What's going on? Let me guess. If I lose, I hand over to Commandant, correct? We're all ready to be deployed for combat, but who knows how many months it'll take you? But you'll stop at nothing to win. If one person falls, the others immediately get into formation. You're the ones who will stop at nothing. Do you really call this a fair fight? This is just basic squad tactics. Let's get her. Alright. No matter how many of you there are, you're no match for me. The Commandant is my Commandant. She's Lucia sending to save the room badly wounded. The other constructs had provoked her and now rolling on the ground in agony. I win. My journey of becoming a Grey Raven won't end here. Grey Raven. Assign a team member to Grey Ravens, but I'm not sure where I would find someone at this moment. Commander said a support construct is required. How about this lieutenant with first-class military accolades? But she's already assigned to a team. Whatever. I'll leave her file in Commander Nicola's office. It's his call anyway. Here's the transfer order for Ygritte member Liv. I can't believe someone actually wants that naive little toy. Seeing as this is an order from the commander, I'm sure he knows they must offer another toy in exchange. Of course, Ygritte has already been issued the right to select an outstanding member in return. Select from any of the unassigned constructs whenever you so please. Ygritte will also receive preference for additional coatings, weaponry, and frames to make up for any imbalance in combat power due to being short-handed. What a generous exchange of resources. Well then, take her away. I'm growing tired of playing with the same toy anyway. Toy? Is there a problem? No, it's nothing. I hope Ygritte continues to achieve victory for humanity. That's a given so long as there aren't any fools standing in our way. Maybe it's like we'll deal with Vanessa later on. Maybe. I acted without thinking. The pink force field around Liv barely manages to leave space to maneuver around in the pitch-black ruins. Seems like I had a flashback while unconscious. Guess I'll have no choice but to confront my demons. Even faced with someone such as me, the Commandant had continued to respect me for who I am. That's the Commandant's pistol. Are they still in danger? As DeSanto shoots, Luis follows and turns by drawing his gun and pointing them at Tizo and Bombinata. Two opposing constructs raise their weapons and point them at the Great Ravens. What a remarkable first gift you gave me. That's a wipe the blood off her cheek. Attacking a superior? You won't be getting out of this that easily, Xanthos. I won't let you continue to insult my comrades and our soldiers so easily either. Soldiers? Do you think dolls that resemble humans are worthy of being called soldiers? They're nothing more than toys and tools to serve humanity's bidding. He's so naive as to think everyone who was chosen to become a construct really wished to save the Earth. As a Commandant, you should know that Babylonia has given us preferential treatment when it comes to resources. Follow my orders until the end of the war, and I can assure you as many constructs as you need. Bored of your toys? Are they broken? Place them as you see fit. They're not toys to be played with. They have their own thoughts. They can make their own decisions. Liv is the reason why the three of us stand here today. Liv?
Guess you're not dead. How disappointing. Seeing you this filthy is appalling.
Just as Vanessa is about to continue ridiculing Liv, she takes Lucia's blade and cuts off her long hair.
Vanessa, it's the artificial hair you picked for me. I've obeyed your orders because I'm bound to my duty as a soldier. But that doesn't mean everything will go according to your plan. I understand that your ruthlessness is a necessity for achieving victory in this war. But this kind of victory does not exist in my ideal future. Everyone deserves to be respected.
He never speaks his mind. Lucia, who's determined yet fragile. Liv, who cares too much for others.
Even Tiza and Bambinata. Everyone we encounter. They're all living individuals with their own will, not toys for your disposal. The magnitude of standing on the front line makes it difficult to breathe. But feelings in my heart fill me with excitement. Long ago, I first stepped foot on the battlefield as a medic in the Star of Life. I'd grown numb after so much time on the battlefield, even forgotten what it felt like to be excited. But now that I'm a Grey Raven, I can finally help my comrades and heal the wounded when I step foot on the battlefield. I'm Liv, a soldier of Babylonia, not a lifeless doll you speak of. We're 4 versus 3 now that I'm here. Looks like the scales are starting to tip in our favor. Stand down, Vanessa. I'm sure you know the outcome anyway if you just thought about it. You guys. Commandant, let them leave.
It's over, Vanessa. To confirm that the eager team had left, Liv relaxes her clenched hands. Long white hair flutters in the hot wind of the battlefield. He ignites the flare, signaling that the area's been cleared. Cleaning his weapon, he begins to think about how to improve his frame's resistance to EMP interference. Each unit releases their signal flares, indicating that their areas have all been cleared and that this large-scale operation is drawing to an end. You let out an involuntary sigh because your heart rate from the conflict finally returns to normal. You feel someone gently touch your hands. It's Liv. Without saying a word, she bandages your cleaned wounds one after another. Thank you.
I went against the chief commander and caused you to get wrapped up in unnecessary conflict. My sincerest apologies, but I don't regret what I just did. I had to tell Vanessa and my former teammates about my will as a soldier and a member of the Grey Ravens, because this is the most precious thing I've received after meeting you. You all have made me face what I've been running away from all this time, but from what I know about Vanessa, my behavior is bound to have a negative impact on the Grey Ravens. After going back, I'll submit a departure application to the commanding superiors. I won't let my personal behavior bring trouble to the Grey Ravens.
Liv? I won't agree to that.
But
Together, we're the Grey Ravens. Whatever happens, we face it together. Also, you weren't the only one who offended her just now. I did too. I mean, I shot at her. I always took you for someone who was a pushover. I wasn't expecting you to stand up to her like that. After all, I am your commander. And a peculiar one at that. That's right. This mission sure has taught us how to act more like a team. Our effectiveness has also improved remarkably. I think the current team configuration is satisfactory. Acclimating to a new member would be troublesome.
indeed, Liv, you're without a doubt an outstanding addition to the team. Also, I want to keep fighting by your side. This isn't out of combat necessity. I just want to. Each of us is an indispensable feather necessary for Grey Raven to soar undeterred by opposing forces.
That's right. Liv, your hair looks great. Really? So, let's take a group photo to mark the occasion. Group photo? Mark the occasion? Why would you want to do that? It's the first time that the Grey Raven successfully completed such a large-scale operation. Today's a memorable day for us. Say this while attempting to activate the camera module on your exoskeleton, but to your dismay, one of the previous explosions seemed to have blasted the hole where the camera should have been. Just her lucky day. You should have said the module was broken earlier. I removed this from a recon bot. It can't be focused manually and can only take video. Anyway, since you can capture the moment and grab any screenshots from it, you can do that later. Thanks. Just do what the commandant says. To confirm that the equipment is operating normally, you step back to find the most appropriate distance. Lift your hands and make a square to frame your chair's companions in one shot. 3. You see that Liv appears uneasy. Lucia scoots closer to her, grabs her hand and smiles at her comfortably. Lucia's sight closeness causes Liv to blush slightly, but her tense shoulders relax. 2. Standing farther away, you deliberately stop counting, sighs gently, then turns the camera and reveals an awkward expression, vaguely passable as a smile. 1. Late enough, none of them are very good at expressing their feelings. However, they've already begun to detect each other's thoughts just based on their actions. They could all convey their hearts without uttering a word. As disputes in the factory area dissipate, the Grey Raven's first large-scale operation finally comes to a temporary end. Prior to receiving further orders, a gust of wind passes through the city ruins. Though it fails to disperse the smoke over the battlefield, it also brought a moment of peace to the Grey Ravens. Though they won the battle, the war is still underway. More battles, perilous danger, and difficult choices await the Grey Ravens. However, they'll face the coming adversity together. Lucia, Liv, Lee, their commandant. So, the constructs of the Grey Ravens are willing to go this far to protect Xanthos? Could my method really? No. My method is the most efficient way to use constructs. Bombinata, what are your thoughts? Master. Silence. Clearly I don't have my wits about me if I'm asking a toy for advice. Xanthos, I'll make you regret your decision today sooner or later. Great. Now another person after me. Why am I not surprised? That was a good one. Again, I'm trying to figure out what the purpose would be for this party exit chapter. But again, if I had to guess, probably just kind of like to fill the hole for it, since this was really like an exit chapter. But probably more so for like, maybe in regards to her, because Vanessa was saying that she was going to do something sooner or later, but I don't know what. And we still don't know what really happened at the end here with like Selena. I'm kind of confused, because it's like, they make it seem like she's alive, but I don't know. Would that really work that way? But I did really like this one with Wanshi. Kind of reminds me of Shikamaru, but a bit more badass, if I had to say so. But alright, and with that, another short story has been finished. Or not short story, but exit story. So, let's see, I kind of had to figure out what I want to do next. Because we do have to finish, we had to start chapter 14. Yeah, Imprisoned Sight. But, at the same time, I want to do Stars Ensnared. I want to actually do the main story. Wait, where is it here? I'm kind of confused. Is it this one? I think? Or is this challenge mission? I don't know. Shit. Kind of curious. Or would it be Source? Oh, no. It's this one. Source Beacon. Got it. Okay. But yeah, I actually do want to start this. Just because, I mean, just especially since there's chapter 29. So, it's leading up right after the whole thing with Kellogg. I'm interested to see what's going to happen with Luna with this. Again, I know I should probably focus more on the main story that I'm supposed to be doing at this moment, but at the same time, it's like, come on. I'm still interested in this other stuff, which I have to wait forever to do that.
Plus, again, I'll just go back to 14 after, and I'll try to actually make more time to actually finish this. So, yeah, that's gonna be the end of the stream for today, guys. Tomorrow, I'll have to see what I want to do for tomorrow's stream, because either I could do Honkai Star Rail, finish the thing, or maybe I should actually do that, because I need to finish the whole thing with Sunday before we get the new update, because I don't know if it's going to be like a whole new story update. I would believe so, because they did tease like a bit of a new area back then, but I don't know if that's going to happen immediately with the 3.0 update, or if it's going to be like a bit longer after that. I mean, I would guess it would, because it's like the Herder and Agalea, possibly in like a completely new area, because then it's like we have to learn about like all the flame chase and that kind of stuff. So I'll most likely do that tomorrow. If not, I might do Honkai Impact 3, because we did have the new update. I did give myself a couple days to like not do it yet, and I already have it like all updated on my PC, so could be ready for that. And then I also have to do another metaphor one for grinding, as we head closer to the day that we battle with Louise once and for all. So I'll have to figure that out within like the next coming days. But yeah, for PGR at least, we will be doing the Stars and Snare next, and we'll see where we go from there. But anyway, let me give a huge shout out to everyone who showed up at the stream tonight. So shout out to IOCat5 and Guardian Soulblade for both showing up. Great catch up on you. And again, I'm glad I was actually able to finish this in one day, although in 2 separate streams. But I definitely liked it. It definitely expanded a bit more on like just a couple things. Again, may not be too tied to like main story yet, but hey, who says I don't love just seeing like developing some characters? Like, that's what I love about this game. They do a good job of like spacing it out and putting it where it's like it doesn't get unnecessarily tied to the main story, but it's like there'll be bits and pieces from it that's like you can still take from it as a whole. But yeah, if you guys aren't already following the channel, please make sure to leave a follow. It's much appreciated. Trying to hit 75 followers by the end of this year. Check out my YouTube channel where I post all the VODs, and subscribe there too. Y'all checking them out, and you do enjoy them. Join the Discord, you guys saw already. But this has been Santos Vice. I hope you guys have a great rest of your night. See you guys next time.